What do you guys give me if I kill that bird?
Barbara, that's a bald eagle.
Get away, Baldy! Yeah!
Oh, well, good evening, and good evening. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve. GovsRadio.com, live back in the studio. Steven, Peter, how are you, Bellman?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Hello there. Are mics even on?
Yeah, can you hear yourself?
Nope.
You can't hear yourself at all?
No.
All right. I don't know how that
We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, well.
Okay, great. So there's the first thing that I'll have to worry about as we're going through. Can you guys hear anything over there?
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, make sure your boxes are turned up there, guys.
Whoa. My box is turned up to 11. Thank you very much.
Easy does it.
Time now.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the Wort is live at the biggest and the baddest radio station, comedy club in the country, GovsRadio.com. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Tonight we are live exclusively on GovsRadio.com. We will jump over to the Instagram Live in a little bit just to get people to come on over to GovsRadio.com. And we are excited tonight because we have some really awesome guests for you. But before we do that, we have to not get paid. So we have some sponsors tonight. We'll start with Steven. Steven!
All right. Well, Rosie's Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services, line cleanings, and maintenance, draft line system installs, and event dispensing solutions, and more. They are passionate about craft beer and making sure it has the same quality as when it left the brewery, and that is done only by making sure those lines are perfectly clean. Rosie services bars, restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments, including home kegerator systems. They service the likes of W.A. Meadworks, 1940s Brewing, Blue Point, Darling, Mauritius Field, Hopwinds, and of course our buddies over at Hopscotch Bottle Shop.
Hopscotch Bottle Shop. Happy 2-year anniversary to Hopscotch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my little story later.
All right. You can reach Rosie's Draft Solutions at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075 Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mention the Wort, and you get a nice little discount. Maybe they'll slap you hiney when they do you. Ooh, now.
All right.
Well, sure. If you want to get into that, call Nick.
Call Nicky.
Call Nick. Tell him the Word sent you, but minus the slapping asses thing, all right?
Yeah.
Tonight we are also sponsored by Beer Maker. Peter, take it
Beer
away.
Maker. An at-home, on-your-counter, all-grain brewing system. Make lots of delicious beverages. We're going into brew number 4. I think there were 5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Brew number 5. They've all been really good. It's a lot of fun. It's super fucking easy. There's almost no mess to clean up. The internal parts are dishwasher safe. It's cool. Watch them ask for way too much money on Shark Tank. It's a great episode. It's a great product. We love it. You can track the progress on your phone. It's fucking cool as hell. Beermaker.com. Hit them up on the social. Use promo code The Wort for 10% off your all your stuff. All the hardware. Yeah, Beermaker.
BERMKR.
Off your hardware and all your maker kit purchases.
That's it. Tonight we're also sponsored by Brewbag. Brewbag for your beer pong cornhole. Beer pong cornhole. Fun times now in the summer weather. Of course, go to brewbag.com or follow our link tree in our Instagram Live, and you will get a discount on your Brewbag. Also type in the promo code THEWORT, THEWORT. and get your discount today. Brewbag.com. We're also sponsored by VintageBeerShirtClub.com. VintageBeerShirtClub.com for your vintage beer shirts. Pretty self-explanatory in the title. So if you want a vintage beer shirt at a clubrate.com, you can go to VintageBeerShirtClub.com and get yours today. Type in Wort, W-O-R-T, for your discount. Quick shout-outs to Brewers Hardware, of course, for helping sponsoring some of the gifts to the brewers. And, of course, like we said...
Taphandles.com?
No, we're going to Hopscotch.
What about Fine Fair?
No, that's so old. Are you having
Wow,
like...
I'm retrograde.
You are. You're going back in time here.
Shit.
No, definitely not those this year. In the 4th season of the show, we are not going back to first season stuff.
Fine Fair.
No.
Yes. Tonight, we are live in studio with John and Brad from Lost Farmer Brewing Company in Mineola. What's up, guys? How are you?
What's going on, guys?
Thanks for having us. What's
Yeah,
up?
no problem.
Yeah, don't be too energetic about this.
Dial that back.
Dial that shit back. Hey!
There it is.
Nice.
We also have Charlie from 1940s Brewing out in Holbrook. What's up, Charlie?
I'm here.
Yeah. You are here.
You are.
Appreciate
Charlie.
you. And we've been wanting to get you back in here for a long time. Charlie's one of the OGs of the Wort, along with Steve, I think,
Yeah,
pretty much.
I don't know,
And-
it's like 4th or 5th appearance on the show.
Yeah.
Always good to have you.
You might get the 4th seed. It might be the Wort. It might beat Steve and Charlie.
Why not? Why not? I got to retire from something.
Well,
So
there you go. That's what Steve did. He
I
retired.
had one
and
career. Now I got a second. So it's time to retire.
That's the way to do it. Well, anytime you're welcome, Charlie. Anytime, of course. And there's no penalty for showing up multiple times. Only the penalty of dealing with us for any length of time.
You guys are easy.
I know. Well, thank you. What'd you hear about me?
I'm not going to tell.
All right, fair enough. You can say what you want, but, keep it positive.
Hey, we were in AC rooming together, and we know the easiness that was involved here.
Why? Of just getting tricked into a murder house? Is that why?
Into a murder house and filled with roofies.
That's why to the roof, and to the floor with roofies. Big shout out to my son's team, the Sharks. They just won their playoff game tonight.
And you know what? Nobody gives a crap about your son's team.
Well, maybe
Nobody.
there's one or two people out there that had watched the game
You
as they
and your wife.
drove by the field and went, "Wait, are they still playing this?
little
Is
fuckers."
Little League's still happening right now?" And it is. And now we get to play the championship game on Wednesday. So more baseball to go.
What is the betting line?
Are we covering that?
Yeah, so there's it's like plus 143 somewhere in there. It's,
Betting on your son.
yeah,
I have to. It makes it
well,
fun.
we're rolling dice by the concession, so might as well go for broke here.
And selling dollar fucking coldies from you.
The hot dog servers.
I
He's
put
the
my-
bookie.
I put my 10-year-old to work. She's out there with like a little wagon. She's got Snickers on the top. She peels back the blanket. It's just a bunch of cold beer
That's
on
the
ice.
coldies.
Edibles.
Edibles. All right, now you're getting crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's legal now, so I guess my 9-year-old can sell them.
But you know what? Those were all your dreams you just had in your head.
It
You're like,
was.
that would be so great.
That'd be like the best Little League day ever.
Ever.
One can only hope. Gentlemen, really appreciate you coming in. This is our first show in the studio, so I'm just getting used to the camera switching while talking, while thinking of things. I'm going to rely on Pete and Steve today a little more heavily than usual to kind of ask some questions, so I really appreciate it. I want to kick it off with you guys, and we have a lot to talk about with Charlie and a lot of his upgrades, and we're not talking about armor or skins, for anyone who's a gamer understands that. But we're talking about a facility. I want to get to you guys first and really discuss the opening because you guys are new to the scene. Brand new, hit the ground
Newest,
running.
right? I think you guys are the newest guys on the block.
I think so, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
May
that's
1st.
right. Yeah.
May 1st. Oh, yeah, for sure. No one's open since then that I'm
No, I don't think
I'm aware.
so.
Maybe someone up in, above Syracuse on the Canadian line, but no one around here for sure. Tell us a little bit about the journey here, because this is relatively interesting to see what post-COVID business starting is going to be.
I think we kind of screwed up a little bit already.
Why?
Because none of us has any beer.
Well, let's get it rolling.
It's good. You should.
And
we should
as
start
as
off
you
with-
do that,
Should have
Yes.
something
Yes.
to
you
just
are
to
you are
make
correct.
We brought beer.
We're gonna put we brought beer here.
Brad's got right here.
There you
down
go.
here.
Now, if you want to use your cups, these glasses doesn't
You
matter.
can. We also brought some
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Some stuff. Some
Oh, there we go.
stickers.
Stickers.
Oh, I got stuff for you
some
too.
pins.
Stickers are the
I
keys.
still he got into my swag bag. That's what he had.
Yeah,
I
we
just
got all
dug
that. We
in.
got all that.
Should we go ask the guy that just
Dug
walked
in.
by?
No,
with
no,
cases of
Carl doesn't
Corona?
know anything about beer. Carl drinks liquid something. I don't. It's more like lean. He drinks lean.
Oh yeah.
Liquid edibles.
Yeah.
Liquid
Going to
edible.
sleep?
Well, that's what
Is that a thing?
Carl is known for.
That's
is
a thing.
Yeah,
That's a
sure.
thing.
He could
So
do
we
whatever.
Put these away.
Oh, we got some stuff. All right, cool.
We've got cups,
Yeah, that's fine.
and there are
Thank you.
nice merch cups.
Nice.
So
Just getting settled in. I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm going through the cameras a little bit, making sure we're still on air. Did everything sound like we were on? You want to check that again?
Sure.
It's just nerve wracking. A lot of people have some issues, working. Oh, great.
That's
Yeah,
good,
let's
thank you.
turn the volume down, huh? Live on air, checking things. Now I feel like one of the noobs of the studio.
you're a noob.
Noob.
Why is Northwart's logo on here?
While you're pouring, and you feel free to,
go, right?
think about what
Cool.
We're good.
we're drinking, and I want to get a little rundown of that. But I also want to go through the whole tap list and what you guys are doing. John, what
Yeah.
would be? Let's start with your role. Are you owner, brewer, or operator?
I'm all three of those.
Nice. Nice.
So it's a huge operation. I say.
Yeah, and it didn't start that way.
No.
Yeah. I was I started as an owner, and I still am, thankfully.
Yeah.
But then I got into kind of by choice. Just got bit by the bug of learning how to brew beer, and I'm new into that as well. So I'm not our head brewer.
Okay. Brad is
right
here.
Yeah.
But
And I do have to say, Brad,
Cheers.
you look so fucking familiar to me. Don't
In
know.
many ways.
I mean, I had a brewery for a long time, so I don't know if you were kind of in the circles or
No, this is it's my first time.
your first rodeo, as
Yep.
they say.
first commercial brewery.
Well,
Yes.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
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 This is a blueberry fruit beer we made.
Ooh. Ale. Base.
Yep. Yep. So 95% two row, 5% wheat, and then blueberries.
Ooh.
Lots of blueberries.
Yes.
1 pound a gallon.
But we didn't want to make it a sour.
No. Well,
Thank you.
I like. Pete, I was gonna say Pete appreciates it. I love a good sour, especially
too.
now it's the time.
No,
But
me too.
Still,
I love a good
it's
sour.
got brightness and that flavor you associate with summer and clean. All those adjective I could possibly throw out there.
Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
We definitely timed it for the summer.
I would imagine that's obviously
Yeah,
purposeful.
it is. Well, again, we're new to the scene, so we're just kind of flying by our cuff.
Yeah.
But to answer your original question it was June 2020. My buddy Dominic, who's not here right now, also business partner, also owner, young childhood friend, went to high school with him, calls me on my birthday. At the beach with my kids, I don't answer. Call him back later. He's like, "Happy birthday. Thanks, bud. Do you want to start a brewery?" Yes. He's like, John,
No
you didn't ask
hesitation.
me a single question. I was like, I don't have one. I just want to do that, yes. Because I've traveled. I love breweries.
Yeah.
As everyone in this room.
Yeah.
He was Dominic, 16 years in the wine distribution business, so I knew
Oh, cool.
there was that central background that we were gonna,
Yeah. He
have
needs
some-
the networking.
correct.
and
So we were
those
gonna be
things, yeah.
good there. And then he's like, you gotta come over my house. My next door neighbor, Brad, has this ridiculous setup in his house. You got to come see it. So I'll let Brad entail what that setup
There
is.
you
But
go.
it wasn't just the garage. It wasn't just the basement. It was the kitchen, the garage, and the basement. And it was his home brewery.
Yeah.
And the beers he was, and I'll let him dive into that. He was making. Actually, I do want to tell this story. We sit down in the backyard.
Forget you, Brad. He's
Yeah,
telling it.
no, 'cause he
He's
won't-
gung ho now. He's gung ho.
He won't say this, and it's hilarious. I'm sitting at the table, and he's, we already have like operating agreements in front of us, and Brad's like, John, you got to try the beer, man. You got to try my beer before you sign anything. I'm like, "Yeah, okay. He's like, well, what do you want to try? I got this, that, the other. I go, Brad, go get me your worst beer, the beer that you hate that you made. So he goes in his basement, and correct me if I'm wrong. Was it raspberry stout?
Sour stout.
Sour stout.
Oh.
Sour stout beer. And he comes up and he's like,
That's a tough one to kind of push over on someone.
Yeah, for
who
sure.
has never experienced a sour stout.
correct, but he also likes to do very different things, and I'll let him go into that. So yeah, I tried it, and I was like, if this is your worst beer right now, we're good to go. Like,
Right.
we're doing this.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah. So short story long.
Yeah.
COVID.
We're a 2-hour show, so we got plenty of time to make it.
COVID is there. We're in the height of the pandemic. It's June. I think that we were all clearly just bored out of our minds, and we're like, well, how do we just do something that's just totally the opposite of what everyone's doing right now, which is start another business when there's so much uncertainty on the horizon. But we did sit down together and talk about, what happened 100 years ago when we weren't alive, when, Prohibition, and then you came out of it and it was booming. So we're like, there has to be some sort of
If you could make the model work during COVID.
There has to be a horizon on the other side of this.
Yeah.
And fast forward 12 months, we had no idea how many people would show up to this place. No idea. And
There's a lot of alcoholics on Long Island.
insane.
I think you underestimated the alcoholism.
Insane. Yeah, we were doing half batches when we first opened in May, just because we didn't know if we were going to sell the beer, and it was gone, like instantly.
It's one of those good problems.
And opening day, you basically started just halving everything just in case. Yeah, you didn't want to go.
Yeah, and then
yourself.
instead of closing our doors, we actually ran a guest tap program where we were calling up Good Nature Upstate, Long Beach Brewing Company.
Yeah, Dan commented on our post. He was immediately like, yeah.
Well, because we literally would have to shut the doors, and we had people coming up every day, all day, knocking on the doors, hitting us up. We don't want to close. We you lose a little face, but hey, it's not our beer, but our beer's like
it's coming.
1 week away.
Right.
And I mean,
so what was the thought process then of starting back up? Just get quick beers in and out.
Yeah. Slow fermenting, quick fermenting beers. Nothing.
So then at least you could fill the tap list, and then you can start working on something else. Yeah.
Pale ale, which I brought. We have a nice pale ale.
Nice.
And a juicy IPA because the first time we made it sold faster than anything.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And is again.
And it is again. It's gone already. It's gone.
So it comes and goes.
It's like the last growler.
What size system you guys brewing on?
7 barrel.
7 barrel.
Yeah,
Okay.
then we've got 14 barrel fermenters, so we can double batch.
Cool.
Yeah, you gotta have. Otherwise, you're just gonna be sitting.
How many fermenters?
5.
5. Okay.
wow.
So you guys can turn out a good amount of different beer.
Yep.
Pretty quickly.
Yep. So we've got the blueberry, the juicy, a brown, the pale ale. We just brewed last week chocolate oatmeal stout.
Yep.
Blood orange, wheat beer, so 50% flaked wheat, that style of wheat beer. And we are going to do a West
Original
Coast.
hazy.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So yeah, we're catching up pretty good.
That's a good variety too. Not it's not four IPAs and a sour. So
Right.
Well, no. How many taps you guys have?
Charlie bought 4 IPAs and a sour.
12. Oh, okay.
12. Yeah, 12. So yeah, I mean the normal would be 9 hazies, a seltzer, and a sour.
That's the formula.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Apparently.
Well, we want to do like classic beer styles too.
Cool.
Obviously
We definitely
make what pays the bills and all that, but also, nobody makes like reds anymore. Like we want to make those. So
Love a red.
I brought a red with me.
Just in case none of you showed up with one. I got my red ready to go.
Yeah, between family and kids, Brad and I have been brewing at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah.
And it's great. It's great because by the time we're done, we can go back to our 8 a.m., 10 a.m. lives for the day.
Now you guys are both working full time outside of this?
Yeah.
So you got to get in there early.
He had a baby last week.
Wow,
Jesus.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
Jeez.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you're still awake. That's what
He's fading fast, though. If we don't start picking up the pace here.
Yeah, we got to get him going.
Got to get him some beer.
He actually had me pin his eyelids up in the car. So he's sleeping right now.
Oh, I wondered if there was something to the energy level. Not, when we started, I'm like, this guy working full time. You guys, it's Monday after a weekend.
Yeah.
Typically, this is not a open brewery day. This is like a brew day. Did you guys brew today?
We did not because we are currently sitting on full fermenters. So we are.
great.
So you're two.
We have 4
ready to go.
brights in the walk-in. Those are
Full.
but the juicy is
Almost gone.
So we're gonna clean and then transfer and then brew.
Immediately. I mean, it's
Immediately.
got to be.
no waste of time. No waste of time.
Planning to do that Thursday. Yeah.
So give us a little history on, besides, the process of where you got, how did you pick the space? Because you're in a county right now where there's maybe 2 hands worth of breweries.
Yeah.
That was and that's what surprised us, that there's still breweries opening up in a county that
It's densely populated,
and
but there's not
No, it's very
but not
expensive.
Oh yeah,
It's
for sure.
expensive.
It
So you
is.
got to really be specific. So how'd you come and stumble upon where you are, guys?
And-
where you guys
and
are now?
You guys are dealing with the town of Oyster Bay too, right?
No, Mineola.
Oh, it is.
Mineola.
Oh,
yeah, we're
that's
centrally
right.
located in Nassau. So there's two things that helped pick that. One, it's close to where we all live, so selfishly we picked that. But two, centrally located, you look at Nassau County, you put a pin in the middle, there's no breweries.
Right.
There's none.
None.
Right.
I hope my landlord's not listening because we got this space in June of 2020, so you can just imagine what our rent is.
That's great.
So like you said, expensive, but in this case, not.
Yeah. You hit at the right time. That might be the smartest business
Sign that
decision
long
you made.
lease.
Like, all right, job security for them and you,
Yeah,
for that matter.
Yeah.
So what was into the picking of it though? I mean, besides the location,
We wanted to definitely be in an industrial area
okay.
to fit
For
with
all
our
those water and the type of space you would need. height
Right,
and
we want to be
everything, right?
open. You know, we want to be open. We want to be able to, because if you're in a residential area, you go to get that special use permit. Every neighbor is going to say no, and then you're going
Right.
to fight the board. So, my background is dealing with villages and building departments. So I kind of already knew to get a special use permit, we would have to be somewhere where that 400-foot radius map gets sent out, and nobody's gonna cry.
Right.
Right.
So we also wanted a place that would fit the name that we wanted to name the place, Lost. So we wanted it to feel lost, and it is. It's not on a main road. It's on an industrial road, but it's not even on the road. You have to go between two buildings, and then like you enter this courtyard. I'm like, just use Google. People are like, how do you find it? How do you find it? I'm like, well, Google does work,
Yeah.
but it is kind of
technology out
it's
there.
tricky to find. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's set back 100 yards off of an industrial road, 2nd Street, next to a masonry yard and some other building.
And they're gone by 4 p.m. On business days.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that works out really well. For
And
us.
they all love us. They come right to us when they close. All the neighboring businesses, boom, right there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
Get that hospital traffic too. You get the people working 24/7.
absolutely.
Sure.
And then there's that
Wow.
new apartment Morgan Park up the block.
Yes.
They're
Oh,
all
okay.
there.
That's
Ah.
tremendous. that
Tremendous,
place.
huge. It's. I am shocked at how many people come there. Sometimes you have a 45-minute wait.
really.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's great.
Yeah. And we were doing before things were lifted. We were doing the please go to another place or sit in your car. Give us your number. We'll text you when it's ready. But now that things are kind of lifted and people are standing and stuff, we have this massive courtyard that not everyone has to be seated, so we can kind of get the people in there, which is
Get some
kinda
butts
cool.
in the seats or
or standing
butts in
now.
the-
Now people are allowed to stand now.
Right, just standing near the bar.
Yeah. It's so
is so important now.
It
So
was gone.
important.
It was gone when we first
Yeah.
opened the first month of May. We were so limited, which was we understood. But it's different to now see it where it's just it's back to normal.
And that's a pretty quick turnaround time from you're saying you got to your friend asked if you were interested in June of 2020 and 11 months later.
Yeah, I'm in construction.
business,
That's my
that's-
business. So I was very hot
Just
on-
getting the approvals though of
hot on
the,
the press.
the town
So that was Dominic's role, who is not here. He did all the paperwork for the state and the federal. So he immediately did the applications and he got them all the way up to the part where we needed a photo of the finished space to submit to the SLA.
Yep.
And he got it right up to that. While I was doing all the construction. My plumbers were in there, my electricians were in there, swapping out the panel. The place was a blank slate. It was just cinder block walls. So we renovated the heck out of it, and it looked to what we thought it came out, more expensive than we wanted, but
It usually always is.
yeah,
right?
no.
I mean,
Actually, funny story is we went to finance as any smart person would do. You finance something so that you have more capital to start a business. But in the height of the pandemic, we got it was like 100% APR on the equipment. Jesus, it was crazy. It was like or 50%, right?
Yeah, it was like 50%, and it was fully
Yeah.
earned. So even if you paid it off early, the 50% was baked in.
So we spent our entire capital growth that we had for the business right on our stout equipment right in the beginning. So there was all gone, and then we had no place. So I was like, all right, well, we can make beer. At least we could do that. But then we just kept forging ahead with the construction. Permitting actually was a little bit easier during COVID because they didn't really want to come out and see shit. So they were like, send us a picture. I'm like, okay, boom. And they all knew me.
You just
Like,
go on Google Photos and just download the stock picture of what it's supposed to look like.
It's funny though because then these guys, and I'm not gonna name them, but these inspectors would come by and be like, "Well, when's it open? Can I get a beer?" I'm like, "Oh,
Sure you can.
come back in a
Sure you
week."
can.
Yeah.
Just fucking sign off on that, and we'll have that beer for you real fast.
And was the town easy to deal with? Were they pretty welcoming?
Very. Oh
That's
my
one of
God.
those things we get.
Oh my
you know,
God. The mayor loves us.
I'm surprised. You know, the 11-month turnaround. 'cause
Charlie,
we
you were
get
in
a lot
the
of,
wrong town, Charlie.
Clearly,
well.
that's the thing. Like we get
We didn't
a
break
lot of the
down.
brewers we talk to. They're like, oh, you know, they don't want to, you know, badmouth the town, but like then they tell you like how long it takes them to fucking open.
They were so pumped. They helped us along the way. I did help that I had a relationship with the building department prior to this from doing residential construction, but I didn't have a relationship with the mayor. And we went in front of the board, and I spoke in front of the board to get approved. We got a fucking standing ovation.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all.
Beer is very popular.
And then the mayor said to me, he goes, I've been waiting 10 years for someone to present this to me. So apparently no one's even presented that to the village.
Well, as you know, there's not a lot of industrial around there.
Yeah.
Everything is either residential.
Yep.
There's that one area where you guys are,
Yeah.
where, you know, you have that line, but then on the other side, there's all apartments.
Yeah.
Old Country Road.
Yep, Old Country Road's too busy, yeah.
You know, so it's, you know, you're not going to put something on Old Country Road because your
Right.
rent is going to be 5 times the amount
Oh, God,
it
yeah,
would
we
be.
wouldn't afford it.
So,
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, like, hole in the wall. I don't really want to call it a hole in the wall, but it's definitely a hidden gem. It's been there for a while. It's called Biscuits and Barbecue.
My wife used to work in the area.
Bro.
I saw that place on your Instagram.
when
Bro.
I,
Place is
when I
fucking
saw you
great.
guys
Bro, it's
teamed up
so-
with them,
so good.
It is so good. And that wasn't an idea from the beginning.
when they first opened,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
I worked for Long Island Railroad.
yeah.
That was where I worked, right there in Mineola.
Yeah.
For years. And when it first opened, I'm like, holy shit, what is this place? Let me go check it out. Go in. First, I see, all right, they have no alcohol, but it's a BYOB.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then I try the food.
We're across the street from them.
Oh, okay.
Literally across the street.
Literally right across
They run
the
it
street.
over. They run it over. They run it
Not
right
to leave
over to
your
us.
chair.
And
That's great.
when we first presented it to Joan, so like I was brainstorming because we don't have a kitchen, we don't have room for a kitchen, we don't want a kitchen right now, but we needed food. Not only because we want to keep people in the seats to
Well,
drink.
COVID, yeah,
Because of
yeah,
COVID,
yeah.
we needed food.
Either you need the Cuomo snacks or you actually need like real food.
Real food. So then I walked across the street talking to Joan, and if you know Joan, she's sweet as could be, but she's not like really into change much. Like she's like, you know, like she likes what is her way, and she knows it works. So I could see that she was like, oh, it's a great idea, but then it never went anywhere. So I went back over a week later. I'm like, Joan, I really think like a lot of people would order this food. Like a lot of people. Please give me a menu. So it took a couple weeks, a little convincing, but she was very happy to do it. Gave us a limited menu. It's not so limited. It's pretty full.
Probably stuff that travels, you know, a little bit, right?
It's 400 feet. So
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
yeah. No, the guy just runs it over in a hot bag. He's there now. I think at Lost Farmer, the runner, more than he is time wise at Biscuits.
That's
and
awesome.
He's like to us every 5 seconds. It's great. She said you had to hire up more
That's
employees.
awesome. That's terrific,
staff. Yeah. Chefs. Yeah.
Definition of a
Okay.
fucking win-win.
Okay.
Win-win. And then we also teamed up with Borelli's, which is awesome too.
Oh, shit.
In East Meadow,
Yeah.
yeah. So Frank Sr. was going through it during COVID. He was going to close down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been around for fucking forever. man.
1955.
Yeah.
So he's making fresh pies, personal. I think they're 8 inches.
6.
That's
Yeah.
what she said.
Yeah. And he's hand making them and delivering us.
4. All right,
Hand
well,
making them, delivering.
maybe they're
We're
a
eating
grower,
them.
not a shower.
People are like going nuts for them. And my buddy, his son Frankie works for Barstool.
Oh, okay.
Kid
Frankie, pizza review time.
Exactly. So he's a friend of mine. He shows up, buys a hoodie, wears it for like 2 weeks on all his Barstool podcasts, and then people just like flock to the place.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
flocked.
One Barstool connection,
Yeah.
one network for that. and
Nuts.
that's it.
Nuts.
Set.
And then Jones' orders just went through the roof too.
Awesome. Have you had the gator sausage?
I
Now
have
I'm
not.
starving.
Bro.
I go for the rat.
Will they deliver here?
Are we that
Right
close?
now?
Chicken, the cornflake crusted chicken fingers.
Chicken fried bacon.
No, haven't I?
What the fuck?
I'm telling you.
Po' boys, the po' boys.
Po' boys are
Boy.
awesome.
Po'
And
boys.
then we just, I think we're coming to the end
Crawfish.
of it. Crawfish.
Oh man,
Ah.
crawfish etouffee.
Flown fresh from down south from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Next day overnight.
Yeah.
They're still live. They come out of this. I've been there when they deliver
Kettle,
it.
right? It's big ass kettle. Right?
And it's. Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah.
Love it.
She's awesome.
So you guys, put this together midst of a pandemic, opened up. What was the reception to the audience? Because I saw you guys start up your Instagram, social
Yep.
media, get the
Yep.
marketing going
Yep.
quick. grew some attention. What was the build-up to eventually where we are now?
As far as marketing goes?
Well, no, as far as just audience, people coming in, what's been the response?
So-
Good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, obviously it's new, so you're gonna
Okay, so
like any business take their.
We've had obviously like any business, we've had a few people come in and want to just be human nature annoying, but we just deal with that.
Yeah.
First Friday we were open, a lovely couple, probably in their 60s, sitting in the corner drinking. I tried to approach as many tables as I could.
Get your face. Get
Yeah.
Hospitality.
These people were from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And they honestly told me that they were literally just coming to visit the brewery. They said they said they had to stop at something in Long Island, but they decided not to. And they love breweries, and they've been to everyone on Long Island. So they took a 3-hour drive on a Friday night. I was like, this is crazy.
That is crazy.
This is crazy.
There are people out there that track their travels.
Right.
We're friends with Brew York. Have you seen him? Has he been in yet? Because he's over 2,000 breweries visited across the country, and
he's at 2,600.
2,600 now.
He's up there
Yeah,
now.
yeah, he's getting up there.
All
so,
over U.S.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he'll go to 3 or 4 a day.
Yeah.
But his job, he travels everywhere.
That's awesome.
So he's in Queens. So he's based out of Queens. Actually Bronx maybe, right? Because he came in with Gun Hill, and they carpooled. So he's probably up in the Bronx.
What's his name?
It just look
Instagram
under
name.
Brew York.
Brew York.
Brew York. And yeah, I mean he's gonna come. Just so you know, he's coming.
He may have.
He needs the badge, and he doesn't do the untapped nonsense.
Yeah.
He just needs
awesome.
like the personal.
Ask him about Untapped.
Nope.
Oh no,
No.
Hates it.
Let me tell you.
I don't blame you.
The stories that I have from Untapped. When you get a rating and the person writes, it really had a beery aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's the fucking people you deal with.
Yeah.
It's because of how they advertise both sides of the marketplace, right?
Right.
It's fine if it's just your personal beer log, but then they turn around and aggregate that. It's like, it's fine if that stout's not for you, but then, that's been driving the marketplace into 3 different styles. Like pastry stouts, heavily fruited stuff.
Right.
And hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's killing off a lot of these other styles. I
Yes.
think most brewers will agree because, people are saying, okay, I got to go try these things, and it's just trend after trend after trend, and no one's really making the classics because they're not selling through enough.
But what we've seen, and I mean, we were just in Atlantic City for a beer festival, and I was just all through upstate. So many breweries, so good to see. We're making classic, like a Keller Weiss or a traditional Pilsner.
Pills. It's back.
Or
Love it.
A lot of good
they were
Pilsners.
Love
doing
it.
they were doing so many traditional stuff. I was just we got one from Myers
Yeah.
that is off,
Well, Myers
off the chain.
sent us one to start. We had
Yes.
one for the show, but then you went up there and they just lagers, pilsners, Krolsches.
And it's so good to see that a lot of brewers are like, yeah, you know what, yeah, fuck you and your hazies,
Right.
and we're gonna do this also though.
Yeah.
And you're gonna like it.
100%.
You're gonna like
It's
it.
on our radar. We were just talking about it on the drive over here. That's on our radar.
Next on the schedule.
It is.
Comes the lager.
It is.
Well, when you have the time, I mean, that really was what drives
You
it,
gotta log
right?
it out.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to keep the tanks full to get on the board. It's hard to tie one up with a lager for a little while.
that was a bit of our struggle, was the feedback from having 2 of our own beers, 3 of our own beers, and 8 guest taps. Not everybody understands, like what we're going through, and I guess we get that. So
Right.
we have people who drive, 30 minutes to us, and they can only have 3 of our beers. And instead of saying something to us and having a conversation, like, I'll be honest with you, I'll be like, hey, listen, I can't close the doors. We got to pay the rent. We got to pay. We invested a lot. We need this place to be open now. It's been 12 months.
Right.
Let's talk it out. I'll give you a free some free merch.
That's fucking ridiculous.
He'll just go straight to Untapped and just be like,
why would I engage with someone when I can just trash talk them online? Obviously.
And you know what? Someone wrote a bad
They're
review.
embarrassed to talk to you. They're not comfortable
I
with it.
won't call out which guest tap it was because there's no need to. But someone came to our establishment, drank a guest tap, and shit on our Google, but about how he didn't like their beer.
Oh man, I want to hear what beer it is later.
Once we
Off air.
get off
Off
Like,
air.
are you kidding me? Like, you're literally reviewing a guest tap.
Yeah.
And like, we have our 3, and he actually called out our 3 beers were delicious. But then shit on someone else's beer and gave us 4 stars instead of 5.
Charlie, does that make you enraged?
It would enrage anybody.
Yeah.
Untap is known for. There has been some reviews where the beer hasn't even been in the store, a sample, and somebody shits all over you.
Yep.
And I remember the story Steve told me. He's just like the guy was in his tasting room.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada.
Yada yada. And what did yada 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 win? You won the bronze in the World Cup, right?
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't it wasn't yada enough.
Yeah.
The dude came in, sits down, and him and his girlfriend, and they do a flight, and he checks it in and gives it, a quarter, cap, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And the beer is made to taste like a Snickers bar.
Nice.
And he writes, I hate peanut butter. Quarter star. Okay. All right. You know what?
So why did you order?
That's fine. He comes back a week later. Same chick he's with. They sit down, and now there are other guys that, are friends and fans of ours, and all of a sudden they get a notification, yada yada yada, quarter star, and he writes it again. I hate peanut butter. So now they're sitting there looking for this guy in the tasting room, like,
where is he?
Where is this douchebag? Because we're gonna fuck him up.
We're gonna cover him in peanut butter.
So they come to me. They come to me, and I find them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, bro, and I try to explain to them, look, you don't have to give it a rating. You can check it in and say, I hate peanut butter, but you're doing a disservice to other people, because you're not giving it a true rating. Oh yeah, I'll change it. Never changes it. About 4 days later, we're at this little tiny indoor festival at a restaurant. And I'm standing there, I got a couple of beers, and the motherfucker comes walking up. And he catches eyes with me, and he's just like...
Yeah.
He got trolled by everybody that was there, by the
Yeah,
community,
good.
the whole night that he had to leave.
Good. And it should be that way, because there's no reason... Again, I'm not going to go eat Chinese food if I hate Chinese food and then write a Google review that this Chinese food sucked and I hate Chinese food. It doesn't make sense.
Yes.
If you don't like a certain style, don't order it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Or, again, you
don't have to review
it. If you want to check it in, you can check it in without rating.
Correct.
You don't even have to make a comment. Just check it in.
Right.
Guess what? This sour tastes bothers me just as much as every other sour I've ever had. I don't like sours. 1 star.
1 star. Yeah.
It's outlandish.
And then you look at his other ratings, and the things he gave high ratings to were
Bud Light.
Leinenkugel cherry wheat, and these crazy and he was given other half and all these shit ratings. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? But that's what you got to deal with.
That's what we have to deal with.
And
because it's a thing about his personal opinion, which he should keep, like everybody else, to yourself.
Right.
The internet's not for that, Charlie.
No.
We know.
Everyone's got to know your opinion about everything at all times.
Yeah.
Obviously.
all right, my thing right now is, okay, where did the idea for this retro fucking dude?
By the way,
Where did
so
this
when we
come
did our
from?
show poster, I had to look for something very specific to work off of.
Yeah.
That was very neon-y.
Yeah.
Now, we used a template that I use, or a background that I used for a previous show. I think it was with either Uber Geek or somebody else. And I'm like, shit, we already used that one. And then I found the perfect one, the big neon with the wave
one you
font.
posted,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
great.
And
It
I'm like,
matches
dude, that
perfectly.
matches the colors perfectly.
Yeah.
It reminds you ready for this? This how how much I have like a 8-year-old in my house. It reminds me of Thor Ragnarok. All I hear, right, is Thor Ragnarok music playing the entire time while looking at your logo. It's cool. It's like I'm like, yeah, and I want to see the bars flying by me, and
Yeah, you gotta come out. You gotta come to the tap room, obviously. So our TVs are displaying a lot of 8-bit Lost Farmer characters, kind of like Mario,
Yeah.
jumping up, hitting the cube, beer comes out. We went for the retro vibe.
Yeah.
Dom and my tap room manager Dan, they're not here right now, but that was. I got to give credit to them. That was their envision. They want to be retro themed tap room. They wanted to kind of pay homage to the 80s and the 90s and the 70s, but just all retro. But that is obviously 80s vibe.
Yeah.
And the Lost Farmer himself he's just our mascot.
Yeah.
Who is the Lost Farmer? That's the question.
And it's to
Everybody
me,
wants to
I
be him.
wish I
And you know what? You should just hold on to that.
Correct.
Bro, if you come here enough, you'll find
Exactly.
find the Lost Farmer.
Exactly.
You
I
will
think he's gonna be
finally
in here
meet
next
that
week.
motherfucker.
Yeah. But this holiday coming up, we're gonna do a little. I'm gonna have a little custom elf on the shelf made that looks like the Lost Farmer.
There you go.
I'm gonna hide him around the brewery.
That makes sense.
That's good.
Just because you being in a Mineola industrial area, and I Lost Farmer, I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm getting this, but as I saw it progress through the social media and everything, all right, I see where this is going.
Yeah. We
a
definitely
cool-
locally sourced farm ingredients, craft malt certified, the whole thing. Where we really wanted to pay respect to farmers.
Yeah.
And there's obviously none in Central Nassau County.
Right.
So
And that but it works. Like you said, the marketing, the branding of it stands out immediately.
And
It's nothing like it
and
on
I'm
Long
sure-
Island.
Thank you.
Which you would see something out east of like a farm. Nope, nothing like that.
And
for sure.
and honestly, and I'm sure you guys know, and as you make something logo, there's always that decision. Is this right? Are people going to be accepting of it? You think about it a lot. Sometimes it's the first thing you do and you love it, but that's not always the case. We've had a lot of good response with that.
So our branding, I'll give you the generational thing of that. It started out with the O being the little lines coming out, and the hot plant really not even there. Or we use like that German O, right, with the knot sign through it for a long time. And then people are like, what does that mean? And then I'm like, you know what? If you get rid of the O, no one can question the O.
Yeah.
O's gone. And then you just kind of fill in the blank. And really, it wasn't meant for the audience to understand what Wort is. That's how we really pronounce it.
Yeah, we know.
But the brewers, and so when you
Not
see
everybody
it
knows
online, so our goal was, we want to get guests, right? So how are we going to target the guests with something that they only understand? It feels like you're on the inside, on the boys' club kind of, the girls' club kind of thing, on the inside, and that's kind of why and so then Pete and I started this. We added Steve over a year ago now. And we had to add that in there, so we rechanged the logo again, and it just evolves over time.
It does.
But it is noticeable now on apparel and on other stuff that we have, branding, like we said. So
Love it.
It does. It makes sense to have that kind of consistency. And I like the fact that it's the opposite. I'm talking art now. I like the opposite. I like the inverse for the black and the white logos a little different.
Without the head.
Without the head.
Yeah.
And just, again, stands out, neon, same color scheme, same concept, but then knocked out, it just kind of stands out. So.
There is a lot of neon in our tap room.
Yeah, always there, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
A lot of neon.
It definitely it reminds me like I'm going to go in and flash dance or something.
Yeah,
like
Nice.
We play we play constant 80s, 90s music videos.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You're hearing them, or is it just like background
Oh no, it's
video?
on the speakers and it's on all the TVs.
So is there a service for that? Is that something like...
Yeah, it's called Loop TV.
It is?
Yeah, and it's a little piece of hardware.
Yeah.
And you log in to your Loop account and you put your
Just pick genres or whatever.
playlists.
Yeah.
And you create your own playlists.
And then you just mirror it on all the TVs.
Yeah, and it's all music videos. Like we got whatever Madonna, we got Billy Idol. Just flying off the shelf. I know what you could think from the 80s and the 90s.
That's pretty cool.
Even Britney Spears.
Yeah, early Britney.
2000.
You've done your work.
Yeah. Oh, Britney.
Yeah.
How you fall.
Free Britney.
Hashtag free Britney.
Go shave your head, little bitch.
Oh, boy. Brad, I want to talk to you about the beer. So we had the blueberry ale. You want to... Let's talk a little bit about that breakdown. I know you already kind of mentioned it once, but just give us the rundown on that. And the great thing about having the headset is you can talk while you work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want the blueberry or the...
Well, whatever. It doesn't
I'll
matter.
pour another one, but
Yeah,
go
sure.
ahead, talk about the blueberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so blueberry's fairly straightforward. It's 95% two row and then 5% malted wheat.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 1 pound of blueberries per gallon. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it fresh blueberries, blueberry puree rather?
Yeah. This is puree from Aseptic.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have anywhere to pour that out, by the way. Is that
Oh,
for
just
me
drink
just to
it.
drink
I'm
it?
just-
Drink the swill away?
Drink the swill water, boys.
Ah, there it is.
you
So I want to talk about the water profile because Nassau County is notoriously known for having,
Very
you
bad
guys
water.
you have to do a lot of, I guess pH balancing or mineral contents or what's the initial response to that?
So we got a really nice RO filter that gets us down to about 4 TDS.
Okay.
And so it's about a 2,000 gallon per day.
Okay.
Yeah, so that gets us,
Enough that you
double-
need for what?
Yeah, because a double batch, we're going to go through, 500 gallons and just beer alone, not even cleaning,
Right.
cellaring. So use that, and then we rebuild the salt profile depending on the style. Right, so you're going to have a higher chloride ratio for IPAs and something a little more mellow for the blueberry.
Okay. And that's just a conscious effort in making it that way, right? I mean, just thinking about what you want the end result to be and hitting those marks. Was it the first iteration on that blueberry that you guys were doing it on, or was this like second, third, changing, tweaking?
So on this system, that's the first time we've done the blueberry.
Okay.
We've already got ideas for how we're going to change it for next time. Maybe add a little bit of lactic to get a not quite the sour feel, but close to like a Berliner Weiss.
Okay.
Yeah.
little-
And that's
little
this is one of your
tartness.
recipes from your home brewing the blueberries. That a homebrew recipe or
The
is scaled up?
Yeah, the bases. And then we just went with aseptic. We were we tried a bunch of different suppliers and settled on aseptic. So we bought everybody, and then we just started mixing it in glasses, and it's like, hey, we really like this, so we scaled it up.
Nice. We're just pouring, I would imagine, an IPA.
Yep, this is our juicy.
So yeah.
Yeah, you named it Farm Squeezed.
Did you rip off the Tropicana logo or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
No, it's Fresh Squeezed.
I know.
Farm
See, I know.
Squeezed.
We've
Farm
had these
squeeze.
discussions with these guys because we were talking to Bolero Snort and Juicy
God,
Pebbles.
yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's the thing. You got so everyone's doing that now. You just got to send
Right.
it to your trademark attorney.
Yep.
Alter it, mirror image it, change the color on it. Yeah, I mean that's very popular with the canning and all that.
Right. But even so, I mean, if you're looking, because you guys, I saw you have some labels printed out for crowlering, I would imagine.
Yep. Yep.
So I imagine eventually looking to can.
We're canning July 15th or 21st.
I believe it's the third week. I don't know the
Malt
exact
Man's
date.
coming in
Yeah.
and
Nice. My boys.
Malt man.
yeah,
My
he's coming
boys.
in, and a buddy of mine just started his new venture too. So he's gonna brew. He's gonna gypsy brew
Oh,
in
cool.
one of the barrels, and we're gonna brew in the other one, and we're gonna can them both, and he's gonna take his, and we're gonna sell ours.
Nice. They have
Now,
minimums.
who's the other?
Who's Gypsy Brewing?
Who's your?
Pat, my buddy Pat. He's from Pat Alfred
From?
Greenport.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, you're friends with Patty?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good buddy. of
He's
mine.
let me tell you.
You know about his new project?
No.
Ooh. Breaking news.
Do it. Spill the tea, as they say.
He. I remember having his homebrew when he was just homebrewing.
West Hampstead?
He actually came to our brewery.
Yeah.
A friend of a friend had introduced me to him, and he gave me 3 homebrews, and I was just like, bro,
Yeah.
you need to do this professionally, because his homebrews were just stellar. They were just stellar.
Yeah, he's
Hold on. I got we got breaking news, I think. So
Nice.
Uh-oh.
yeah, I know. It's not quite my full idea, but since I have it, there we go. We got breaking news here at the Wort.
So what's Pat's new venture?
you have got to go on Instagram, go to Cantina, click the link, and order his new farmhouse L's.
Oh, and he's doing it under Cantina.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're really good.
Yeah,
They ordered 2 cases. of
really
them.
good. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice. What's the style of it?
It's like saisons, right? He has Sauvignon Blanc, which is like a wine. He has Farmhouse Ale, which is like fermented with like wrestling grapes,
Okay.
and there's a rosé.
These guys are going right now. Okay, what's this?
Oh, yeah, I'm
new
ready
beer,
to
new beer.
Yeah,
Um,
it's beer and wine.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing
yes.
both. Okay.
Yeah,
Is he canning the wine?
he's bottling it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is he a good?
Retro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And he's been doing this a while, huh?
This guy's been doing this for as long as 10 years. I mean, more.
Yeah.
I think he's been commercial brewing 10 years. I met
Oh,
him.
yeah.
So I applied for a job at Barrier when I was 23 years old. So over 10 years ago, and I met him. I didn't get the job.
They took on Bobby.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, truth be told, I knew nothing about it at
Okay.
the time. So I was honest. They were like, "What do you
Yeah.
want to do here?" I'm like, "Well, I want to learn."
Right.
But I don't know anything about anything.
All right.
Didn't get the job.
Well, that's
but-
how a lot of guys start. I
but
mean, you get
became-
in and work your ass off.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the opportunity, which is fine.
Yeah.
I went down a different road, and it was great.
Yeah.
And I'm here now anyway. But I stayed friends with Pat throughout the years.
Okay.
And, always, every time I was out east, every time I was at Barrier, what up, hung out, talk shop. Then when he went out east, every time I went out there, hit him up, hung out with him, talk shop, and then eventually started my own thing, and he's I think it's a great play for both of us for him to come in and brew that. I think he's going to do his first batch of beers because he's not going to brew wine in our
Right.
He's going to brew beer.
Right.
He's going to can it.
Right.
But he also has wines.
Oh, interesting.
That's awesome.
Did you guys hit follow on the Cantina thing?
Oh yeah.
All right, good, thank you. Because we all share the account.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting.
And you could order it. I mean, like it's limited run. It's like 50 something.
50 cases, yeah.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Brad, I want to hear about this IPA. Give us a little breakdown of this bad boy.
Sure.
Hold on, let me get you potted up. Can you? I'm gonna be a dick. Can you lean forward a little bit because I want to turn you up. Every time I turn you up, it buzzes, and I'm like, no. I want to hear from you. I want to get you up there. God.
Yeah. So the grain bill is pretty much 2-row and flaked wheat and a little bit of oats, and then the hops is Citra and Mosaic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sexy hop time.
Yep.
Nice. Was this again the first trial run on this? Was there a test pilot batch of this? Is this like the first time you're brewing this? Second time? What was?
Nope. So in the last year, they've tasted 2 iterations of this. Both are loved. One also includes Amarillo and Simcoe.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Nice.
Good balance.
Yeah.
Now you guys are a farm brewery.
Yeah.
Not, I know your name.
farm license.
You're a farm license brewery.
Application is pending. Plan on being one in like a couple weeks.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So right now you're microbrewery or
Micro.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, was that faster to get the microbrew, or was it? Did you apply at the same time?
Took
Or
9 months.
oh, wow,
Which isn't bad.
Still,
It's
No,
not
that's
bad.
pretty
We heard
quick.
it would
but
be
that's
more.
still. I feel like it should be at this point with not as many breweries opening.
9 months.
Much faster to
How
go
many
through.
were still pending though?
Yeah.
Still from COVID,
I mean, when
How long
before
was the back-
COVID,
yeah.
before COVID
it
hit,
piled up.
it was
Yeah.
just a shit ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have done both at the same time. We chose not to.
Yeah.
One of the few regrets that we do have, but we should have it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually you
They
do
cash
file
the
it
check.
at the
They
same
start
time, but
Then
They
you can
cash
start
the check.
serving those.
That's a good
They
start.
cash the check.
That's a
You
good
can
start.
serve the cantina wines
Correct.
in the tasting room. So
100%.
you know it's coming. It's,
Yes.
it's definitely
Yes.
coming.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
yeah.
a plan in the works.
Of course. So you guys have. I'm not going to ask for another pour just yet. These 2 beers. What else could we find on tap right now? We walk in. Coming up on this coming week. I know you said you have your tanks full.
Yep.
What was left over from the previous, I guess, round of tanks, and then what's coming into these, and break as much of it you can down, Brad.
So yeah, we've got our pale ale, which has Simcoe and Amarillo in it. Similar grain bill. Then we've got a brown, which is carbing right now.
Oh,
So it should-
love
yeah.
a brown. Yes.
Yeah, so we should have that ready in a day or two. And then we've got a blood orange wheat beer, so 50% flaked adjunct, going in like the style of Hoegaarden.
Okay.
We've got a chocolate oatmeal stout. We've
Stout in the summer.
Love it.
Love it.
Believe
We
it or,
have a lot of stout
believe it or
drinkers.
not,
Yeah?
the brown, one of the brown's our biggest seller. The stout,
really,
yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
Lot of
Well, working class, you got your
Cement-
industrial area
cement guys next
yeah,
door,
exactly.
they come by.
They want what's close to a Shiner Bock.
They were
They're like,
outside
oh, you got a
today
brown?
in
Or?
90 degrees drinking stouts.
Nice.
Patio. And the AC's on the inside. They chose the outside.
Well, they're used to it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to see it.
The stout itself, does it have like a vanilla, raspberry? What's the flavor profile for the stout?
So chocolate oatmeal.
Oh, you did say that. Sorry.
Yep.
So it's just straight chocolate stout.
Yep.
And the other one, the brown. That's what I wanted to ask. So same thing, just a straight classic brown. Or are you going with a?
Yep. So 2-row chocolate malt, and 2 different types of chocolate malt, and then a little bit of black barley.
Oh,
Yeah.
Give that nice little bite
Yep.
on the barley. Nice.
Yep.
Like I was, by the way, gentlemen, I was over at Hopscotch
Love that place.
celebrating the. Yeah, I heard.
Love the boys over there.
Love that place.
Mark told me you guys came through and
Yep.
you're gonna do something soon.
Surprisingly good food.
Fuck yeah, dude!
Bro,
Ryan,
Jesus.
Grilled,
So
their
much
grilled
cheese.
cheeses are so decadent.
so much cheese.
So decadent.
unexpected. And you can get Omni Palo there, which is like impossible to get.
He had Treehouse. He had Trillium.
Yeah.
He had.
But Omni Palo's a plane ride away.
Well,
Treehouse is
he
a
had
car
Monkish. He
Oh,
had
yeah.
Great
Really?
Notion. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. But he's got everything.
I mean, it sounds like a
Abusing
good
He's got
job.
Gospel
1940s for sure.
It sounds like a good job. You travel the world.
Yeah.
And you buy beers and bring them back.
this
and
is
sell
also
them.
his second job too.
Oh,
Correct.
dude.
Yeah. So I was over there for the 2-year anniversary, and I saw on the board there's a bunch of IPAs, bunch of sours. There's a stout. It was an imperial that was like 12%. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I have my son with me. I got to drive home. But what I did see and what I suck out, or I seeked it out.
You secreted it?
I secreted it out. targeted.
Sussed out.
You sussed out. I targeted the mustache milk and honey brown.
Oh,
yeah, they had it on tap there. I was like, I had a nice little brown on the patio, and enjoyed myself.
It was nice out there, wasn't it?
It was nice.
That
They
nice
did a
little
great
garden.
job.
Yeah.
They did a great job on that, and it's got like the overhang
sail.
thing. Yeah, the sail. I was like, perfect. I mean, it was a beautiful day.
I wish I could have gone, but
I know.
What
We all have our things.
What grilled cheese did you get?
I didn't. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. I already ate, and I know I was eating a big dinner, so I didn't. But and Ryan, I didn't even see, so I don't know if Ryan was
Oh
there.
yeah, he wasn't cooking.
Nah, I don't know. I think they were just doing the appetizer menu, like the bites and the other stuff. But the stuff he gets,
Mark can heat up a pretzel.
when he came in, and he's coming on, he said he'll sit in one night with us again. Would love to hear from him again. But he went out on one of our first things. He came in with beer, and he came in with cheese from all over
Jerky
Long
and-
Island.
I love cheese.
And
He had
I know.
fucking tasting notes on everything too. He
He
like
had a
typed up this like
dossier.
fucking
This guy's
dossier.
like,
Yeah,
Charlie,
like,
he's like Charlie Day. Was he?
oh man,
The cheese, I gotta get cheese. Pepe Sylvia got me the
Pepe
cheese.
Sylvia.
For his knowledge base and his ability to go out and find more information about things is uncanny. He's got such a passion for it. And it's what got him through the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not just, and you look at the bottle shop, right? And his cooler is better than his shelves. And that's not saying anything because the stuff moves so fast. He knows what people want. He goes and travels the East Coast for it, brings it back, and he brings it to the customers. And it is one of those things that people appreciate, and he's got some very loyal customers. He's got clubs and stuff like that. And now that it's back open, he's going to have more events, and now he's got a beautiful patio area.
It's also just one of a kind.
right.
yes.
That's the thing.
Well, some people would say it's
Oh,
not.
don't start that
Don't
Yeah.
do it. I was gonna let it go.
I honestly.
They're closed. It's okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But no, I mean, the concept is there, especially in Brooklyn and Queens. But we don't have something like that out in Long Island,
No.
so that was a perfect time for him to get in there and really hit the market at the time pre-COVID, and then in post-COVID be able to start bringing it back and getting all the beer out there. And Charlie, I know you guys sell there all the time. There's a couple of things in can over there for sure.
Yep.
Does a great job on traveling Long Island, not only bringing local, but bringing East Coast and everything together.
He's a big supporter of a lot of the local breweries.
Yeah.
He'll circulate around and bring in different ones from the different guys.
He does. He
out
does a
there.
good rotation.
Yeah. So you always know you may not be on this month, but he'll get you on next month or the month after.
Because he only has a certain amount of shelf space,
Right.
quote unquote, because he doesn't want to hold on to anything that's not fresh.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
He wants
also-
to get in and out.
Yeah,
Very- very
he's
clean
got
though.
us on tap instead of on the
Yes.
shelf.
Oh, nice.
That's
didn't-
great.
Yeah.
Was it the IPA, the tea beer, right? The tea off, tea on?
Tee it up. The peach
Tee it
tea.
up. There it is, peach tea.
Yeah,
it was.
addictive, very addictive.
You have it? You brought it? All right.
That's
Yeah.
because of the crack cocaine they put in it.
Charlie,
I
grab
hear
one of
crack
those. I
cocaine is the
want
new
to
hot
try that.
adjunct.
'Cause I didn't
Charlie's
get it on
jumping
tap.
the new stuff.
And I'm kicking myself for not getting on tap.
Nice.
Because I had like 2 others, and again, I was driving, so.
When are we getting fentanyl in beers? You think? When is that going to be the cool new adjunct?
You talking about? You guys talk about retro.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
The lager. Yeah, grab one.
1940s lager.
It's a 1940s
Charlie,
lager.
crack one of those. We'll pass it around.
Yeah.
We'll take
What,
a
the
little
lager or the tea?
taste. Yeah,
Sure.
You tell me.
Dealer's choice.
Exactly. Dealer's choice.
choice.
I like it.
But no, talking about his shelf space, I actually
Yeah.
love the way he keeps it clean, neat, and
Yes.
like, space in between. It's very selective. He's not pumping the shelves like a distributor.
You're not going to find. Yeah, you're not going to find fucking Corona or.
Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you gotta be able to have it stand on its own. For people that are walking down the aisles and looking, you don't want anything else cluttering the view of what that is.
You know what they had there, which I was impressed that he had, was Hoof Hearted
Yes.
Ohio.
Yes.
Love that name, Hoof Hearted. Hoof Hearted.
Who farted?
That's a great name.
He like I said, he brought in. He went to Treehouse this past weekend. So the stuff that he does, and he's not doing it for him. Maybe he'll have one of them, but he's doing this all just because he knows people are going to come in, obviously for the business. But
He's a savage.
yeah, he is.
He really is.
That's
He's
a good way to put it.
just a savage. And that's what we like about him.
Exactly.
Industry was the
And he
top
ends up, he was one of our first big supporters for what we were doing. He's come on three times, four times.
Yeah. He did
He's
a festival
definitely been
with
a
you.
call-in
We've
on.
been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
did a live show
We
there.
did a live show there.
Yeah.
He went to the festival in my place.
Yeah. So
that
we
couple
were
years
down
ago.
at
Oh wow. That's
we
really
were
good.
down at what was it, Heckscher State Park?
Yes.
and we did a live show at the beer festival at Extra State Park. Pete, at the last second, this is pre-Steve, something
Oh,
happened.
no, it was Ryan's fault.
It was Ryan's fault, okay.
It was Ryan's fault.
It was his son was being born.
Yeah.
And
pain in the ass.
last second, they went to the hospital, and I said, I don't know who to get. I tried to grab my friend Nick, who did Beer Fest with us back in 19. And then I went, oh, well, you know what?
It's like
I'll just
Arizona
call
iced
Mark
tea,
up.
but alcoholic.
You can't hear me, can you, in your headphones?
I can.
Okay, you were talking over me.
Yeah.
I was telling the story. You don't want me to tell my story?
I was so taken with the beer.
All right.
He's getting back in the groove. What
I'm
do you
getting
want?
back in the groove. I was telling my story. Mark came to Heckscher and was a guest host. Done. There you go. Now talk about your beer.
It's good.
It is good.
I like it.
This is what you call addictive.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
so good.
Front end alcohol, back end tea from the tea shop. Wow.
Tea from Auntie.
Yeah.
Auntie whoever.
What is that up front, Charlie?
tea.
Besides, no.
I think it's tea.
It's a peach tea.
And there's sugar in there, right?
Yeah. Of course, that's how we got the alcohol.
All right, you old fuck. Don't be so snippy over there.
Oh shit.
He's asking if there's lactose.
They're going back on my
jerk off.
moonshine days. Come on.
That's where he's going for it. How much lacto is in it? And it can't be all that much because it doesn't have the
There is.
back end of it.
I don't think there is
Nothing,
any of that,
right?
though.
What is the process of this? Because
it's
it's
that info.
zero carbonation. What goes into that brewing style? Where obviously you're getting the alcohol, but you're not getting any of the bubbles that people would associate with the fermentation.
Shit bombs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a golf course drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I love the logo.
Yeah.
That's the teas and everything. I mean, I drink 20 of these on the golf
Well,
course.
5%.
That's
All right, so I have 25 of them.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
that's the
2
little,
cases, please.
Yeah.
We actually call that the little brother to tap it in.
Oh, that's the Happy Gilmore
Happy
one, right?
Gilmore.
The Happy Gilmore one.
Great marketing.
I love the label. on
Great
that one.
marketing.
Yep.
Tap,
All
tap,
hand drawn.
taparoo.
Kick him off the tour, Doug.
Everything on that label was hand drawn.
Shoot.
Yeah. So you can't be
Yeah.
hit with any nonsensical copyright or anything like that.
And matter of fact, if and when my buddy who is in charge of the Joe Namath Foundation has his golf tournament at Bethpage State Park again, I'm probably going to be. I volunteer as a course captain, and Shooter's always been on my course.
Yeah. Shooter.
So Shooter's going to get a special gift.
I eat
Nice.
Do you
pieces
spend
of
more
shit
time
like
in the sand traps than David Hasselhoff?
No, I don't spend too much time in the sand.
Mista.
I hit him straight.
think I killed the Mr. lady.
My fingers
Charlie,
hurt.
to talk shop, I actually just started building my own set. Got myself a Callaway bag. Got myself the Callaway driver.
I
I got
didn't know
a
you golfed.
There we go.
I got the Rescue Club, the 3.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you trying
3
to get
hybrid?
a promotion or something
No,
at
no,
work?
no. For what? Who's promoting me to what? The head asshole? Who's doing that?
Hey, you know.
No, I'm just
Is
saying
the
that.
position available?
I didn't know Charlie. I know Charlie produced some beer that was golf related, but I didn't know he was a golfer himself. So I've been out there. I've been known to get
Hitting
out
the
there.
links.
Hacking it up.
Yeah.
I've golfed exactly
Hacking
one
it up
time
there?
since I've had kids.
Yeah, once.
Please replace your division.
I
yeah.
enjoy the game. I don't play as well as I'm not anywhere like.
No, me
we
neither.
all
Well,
suck.
I mean-
But I
Right,
enjoy.
but it's a better sucking when you do what you anticipated to do.
Right.
Right. If you think you're gonna I'm gonna hit a 74. You're not gonna hit 74, Dick. You're gonna go 174.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's me.
overshooting yourself.
But the best part, though, is he actually played fucking golf with the Iroquois when it was first invented here on Long Island.
That was lacrosse.
Well, it was a combination.
was
They weren't sure what to do with it yet.
That was they didn't know if it was golf or lacrosse. Or it was field hockey. They're like, it's field hockey.
Yeah,
Wasn't
we'll put a
invented yet.
hole and
Yeah.
we'll fucking hit it in the hole.
And they were betting wampum.
And, well,
Yes,
and
it was all about the wampum.
Yeah, well,
his
now
name-
they call it. You do a double down or an ass or whatever it is, and back then in those days we just called it wampum, man.
Right. His nickname was Muckluck. So it was,
He who dances with the pigeons. That's what it means. Charlie,
Love
so
you, baby.
I love you too, Stevie.
I gotta talk to. I gotta know what's in this. Give me this process.
Well,
'Cause
first of all,
how'd you stop it?
no, you have to call his son because you have to call Charles.
He has to sign off on all that shit.
No, I have to buy all the stuff.
Right, so
I have to do all the paperwork.
He knows something
now.
about it.
No, it's the boys, the younger guys have taken over the production.
Okay.
I help out cleaning the kegs and stuff like that, but and I run the whole front and anything going out the back door. They take care of they
I'm
take
not
care
going
of
Yeah.
they take care of the brewing process.
Okay.
And it's between John and my son, they come up with these ideas, and my son has run with a lot of the stuff.
How many of you said no to? How many of you said you're not doing that?
I have not said no
Really?
to any of them.
You know what?
Because some of these are just, like he's working on a cherry sour right now.
Okay.
And if he pulls it off the way he would like to, the can label drive you guys crazy. Because my youngest son has already got the label, because it was most of these are all his.
The girl
I
from
should say
She's
all
My
of these
Cherry
are his
Pie. I know
designs,
it.
but this one,
Yeah.
the Killer Kittens from Planet
Oh
Belma.
yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Great
Killer
one.
Kids. I remember that one.
Okay,
Jesus.
his T-shirt designs were rejected, and so they stayed with him. And now we're taking his kittens T-shirt designs, putting him into a series of labels, and we're it's just blowing everybody away.
Can I ask you a question? I'm going to
Yeah.
take over the podcast. Yeah, I'm going to interview.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
No, do it.
How rewarding is it to work with your son?
It's very rewarding to work with. I'll give you a little history. Both my sons are involved. The youngest is my graphic artist.
Yeah.
The oldest is the brewer. My daughter is the #1 sales rep for
So you
Canarchy.
got the whole family working.
Yep. The
It's
only
my
one who's
goal.
not
It's
in.
my
The
dream.
only one who's not in it is my little girl.
He's like Sig Hansen from
she-
Deadliest Catch,
yeah.
right? The whole family's on the boat.
The whole family,
getting
practically the
off.
whole family's on the boat. She's waiting for me to open up there in the capital region, and she'll probably do sales for us.
Wait, is that on the horizon, or is that a done deal?
Oh,
you
it's
just
a done-
released.
it's done deal.
Oh my
More
God!
breaking news.
Breaking news!
Oh,
Come on! So breaking news.
How happy to have your fucking sound
I'm so
effect.
happy to have my son again.
man, 2 breaking news stories.
Yes.
Oh, there's
on
a
the
lot of
Wort
breaking
tonight.
news.
Oh my
I
God,
can't help
Charlie!
You.
So
You want to
that-
bring in Wolf Blitzer? To,
Yeah. Let's go to the videotape.
we can get off that Florida thing for a little while.
So have you purchased a space already?
No, we're actually hooked up with a distributor called American Craft Brands.
Okay. So you're not going to open a tasting room up there.
It's run no. It's
Oh,
run by
okay,
Jeff.
all
It's
right.
run by Jeff Slater,
Tick my thing off.
and he's the CEO.
Okay.
He has a second company called MilServe, which hires all military veterans to do the deliveries.
Nice.
And unlike your big boys and your little boys who take your wholesale prices and squeeze everything out of it, these guys don't. And the platform that they designed is so that anywhere in New York State somebody can get on this platform and order your beer, and they'll bring it
Now,
up there.
the SLA just put out, I don't know if you guys all saw this, but the SLA put out that they're closing that delivery shit down on July 5th.
This
now,
is
what
for
does that
whole-
apply
this
to?
is but this is for wholesalers and
Oh, okay.
restaurants
All
and
right.
bars.
I wasn't denying what you were saying. I'm just saying be more, I didn't understand
The
what the difference
residential
is.
the residential stuff is
Right,
being
so
shut
someone
down.
just driving it to your house.
So right
No
now,
rails.
besides all of New York State, which will eventually will open up little pockets with sales reps,
Right.
We're distributing into Central Jersey through Liquid Runner.
So someone's coming to AC Beer Fest next year.
So we have a couple of other things in the works, and if those states and we can open up in those states, yeah, we're running.
So these distribution deals, like we know recently you got a new brew house. Is that why you're able to take some of these distribution deals? Do you have enough capacity now to meet that demand?
Yeah, we did something because somebody said to us they would have it to us in 4 to 6 weeks. So we sold our brew house to another brewery on Long Island, and we helped go in there and spend 3 days setting it up. And then we were waiting.
Could have used that.
And we were waiting.
Lucky.
And you know the old term.
Right place, right time. I mean,
Yes.
Small Craft
We
did the
missed
same
that.
thing. Small Craft sold pretty much their whole system,
Yeah.
and to an upgrade. And someone, who was it that jumped on it? I forget who it was. Someone jumped on it and basically a full starred out brewery right there in your
Yeah.
hand, ready
We
to
got
go.
Yeah.
outbid by
Well,
Allagash. We were trying to buy stuff.
Oh, from Allagash?
Noble,
Yeah, they outbid us.
Noble Savage just upgraded.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yes, got a brand new system in.
I didn't think they'd
Yeah,
be
bigger-
making it. He was hurting.
Bigger
Yeah.
tanks. And,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
He had like a brand new system too when he opened up.
Well, it was very
Yeah.
small though.
Yeah.
It was very small.
Yeah, you find out that sometimes you got to move. When you got to make a move, you make a move. And even in the middle of COVID, when we were shut down, we decided it's got to happen now, or it's not gonna. We're gonna just
Right.
be stuck.
Yeah.
So we made the move and had the 10-barrel system built out to our. It has, God knows how many bells and whistles on it. If you want to do certain things, even the mash tun is jacketed. The
Keeping temp.
the boil kettle is jacketed, so we could do step mashing. We could do anything we want, and
Was it a matter of the company trying to just like get people to be enticed by it and whatnot?
Oh boy. First call in a year and a half.
Yeah. Hold on, we'll get to you in a second. This is the Word with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. Who's on the phone?
Hey, it's Nitty Knuckles over here.
Ah,
Nicky Nux. What's going on, buddy?
Nux.
What's going on, guys?
How are you, Nick?
Good. I was watching everyone over there. Lost Farmer is on, huh?
Yeah, of course. I heard you have a little bit of a story. I wanted to give you a little bit of a minute to talk about it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, the guy down the block here, we drink in front of his window every night, and he came out one day and, was having a couple of beers with us and said, oh, yeah, my buddy works, has a brewery, and sure enough, it was Lost Farmer. So I've been there once before, and it was good beer. But he was giving me the inside scoop on the place.
Let me ask you, Nikki, did you shit in the field?
He's got to break
You
up
know what?
some
When we're out there
inside
on the
shit.
block in front of this guy's window, sometimes you think about it, but usually
hey, it's fertilizer.
Yeah, there you go. Inside joke for AC Beer Fest. Nicky came down with us as well as our intern / producer, Tom.
I thought he got a promotion to producer.
He did. He got a promotion. No, he's
yeah,
promoted.
he
He's not really an
deserves it.
intern.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves it. He does a great job. Nick, do you remember the guy's name?
is it Drew? Maybe Drew.
So give the guys, John and
He plays golf. He plays golf with all you guys. You guys were talking about golf before. I know he came
lives
out
in
the building
Queens.
with a growler the other day. He was on his way.
is in Queens, right?
Yeah, over here in Bayside.
Bayside, Queens. They're stumped. They're thinking about it.
All right, I don't know, but he knows one of them. Maybe he knows one of the sons over there or something. But I
Friends
know
of
that
friends?
that's.
It was interesting because we posted the thing and Nick said, "Oh, I know the guy. I'm drinking." That's how Nick talked
I'm
about
the
it.
golf.
Yeah, exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the golfer in the crew. That's why I'm really stumped.
Yeah. So John golfs. Next time you see your buddy that you drink outside of his window, you feel bad that you're drinking outside of the.
Yeah, just
I
go.
my buddy John. Yeah, tell him John was in studio, and then make sure you send him information about the show.
Yeah, I might have messed up his name completely. Right? Like I said, I'm bad with names.
Andrew.
Yeah. Well, it was
Could've been
probably
Andrew.
later. Andrew.
Andrew or Drew, I don't know.
I know an Andrew in Bayside.
Yeah, maybe. That
There
might
you
be.
go. That's
He's
him.
high a
Andrew.
lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Very
to let
high.
you know,
I'm going to go on a limb. He's high right now.
he's
No,
definitely high right now.
That's no limb. That's
Not
no
anymore.
shit. It's the
I
whole
just poured a
tree.
whiskey.
You being
I
good,
just poured a
Nick?
Whiskey.
Oh, the whiskey,
whiskey
now.
now.
Whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, Nick hits everything hard. Whatever it is, he does 110%. So it doesn't matter.
Love that way too. I
Yeah,
love that.
he's revving up to 100 every time.
Love it.
Nick, how you been since AC Beer Fest?
Awesome, brother.
Hi.
Just drinking a lot of beer. Went over to Threes yesterday. I was
Oh, you
at
went to Threes?
over there in Huntington.
Oh, you
cool.
did. All right, cool.
I got to get over there still.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
small, right?
Nice tap
Yes.
room. Nice
Did they
tap room.
open
I went-
up inside for seating?
They have outside. too.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
All right,
And
no,
it's
because last
awesome.
time when I was there for opening
He
weekend,
was just outside.
yeah, there was you couldn't
Just
even know there's
takeaway.
no
It was
outside.
just to go.
You literally had
Oh,
all of
shit.
it to go. He asked me if I wanted to taste. I'm like,
Is that the pale?
The juicy.
Juicy.
I do want to try the pale. Nick, have you said you tried some of the Lost Farmer? You were over there at one point?
I went one night and it was packed.
Nice.
And we got a table,
Yep.
and they.
Throw us out.
I did have a beer, but I couldn't tell you what I had. I was probably, after hitting up a couple other breweries, I think.
Okay.
I was going to see hitting a pipe a couple times, but breweries are also good.
Like the lady that was leaning on your car
Yes.
on Sunday morning when we went to
when
leave.
we went to
AC.
leave,
Yes,
that little
absolutely.
crack whore.
Yes. Yeah, there you
A
go.
little bit of that.
Yeah,
She
Nick,
must
go
have
let
liked.
Mike
She
book
must have liked the
Airbnb.
name on the car.
Yeah, the Gladiator. It's not the Gladiator though. Which one is it?
Yeah,
It is
a
Gladiator. Oh, it's
Gladiator.
Gladiator. All right, sorry.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it written
The
though, right?
Golden
You don't have
Lady.
that logo
The
on the
Golden
side.
Lady.
The Golden Lady. Nick, where'd you guys go, and how easy was it to find? Because John was telling us, it's a little off the path. Was it
It is.
easy?
It's an industrial park. Industrial park there. So parking's a little funky sometimes,
Okay.
but you can find it,
Yeah.
But I always find parking. So maybe it
How'd
was
you
just
find
me.
the place? Did you use just a Google map?
Of course. Only way to go. Google Maps,
There you go.
everything.
Did you hit up Biscuits and Barbecue, Nikki?
No, it's right down the block though, and
Yeah.
they had a food car. They had a food truck there when I was there, but the dude down the block was telling me he had some problems with the food truck or whatever. So I don't know if it's
he
still
was there
there.
on Sunday. We had the food trucks on Sunday.
Ah, Sundays.
Okay.
You so you down on Sunday, Nikki?
I don't know when it was. It was a while back. I went actually when it was soft opening. I was there for the soft opening.
Oh, okay, soft opening. All right,
This
so
all
it probably was
tracks.
that weekend.
This all
Yeah.
makes
Oh
sense.
wait, that was probably edible Sunday, right?
Yeah,
you had
we
your
did.
edibles. You went
Oh,
well,
yeah,
Double
you know.
edible Sunday.
double edible Sunday. Yes.
Edible every day.
Yeah, Nikki. That's right, buddy. Nick, what are your plans for the next couple of days? I mean, we got 4th of July coming up. You going to hit up any breweries? Anything coming up on the
I'm
on
on
the dock?
vacation too. I didn't hear the
Oh,
beginning of the
shit.
show, but I also got the inside scoop that they got Greenport's brewer over there over at Lost
No.
Farmer?
They were friends with, and he's going to come over and do one of his
Do a
personal
collab?
brews. No, just
Oh,
one of
okay,
his personal brews, and he's going to can it with them because Maltman's coming over to can.
Cantina,
See, I pay attention to the show.
cantina.
I also, what I read over the weekend? Threes Brewing is brewing out of Single Cut North. Who knew that? Or distributing out of, they're brewing their batches out of Single Cut North.
And bringing it down to Long Island? I thought they were brewing in Huntington.
You know what? They're in Huntington, but
This
on
is
the
a tap
side of
room,
their
right?
can,
Just a
they're
tap room.
distributed out of
It
Single
is, right
Cut
there.
North.
Okay.
All the way up,
No
up
brewery.
in their upstate
Right.
location.
All right,
I
so
don't
that's
think
just a tap room
can
in
brew
Huntington.
There,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that why Six Harbors?
Does
Yeah.
their Wort thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
around
true.
the block, up there more on the other side of Main Street.
No,
But,
we're saying so Six Harbors doesn't brew at the brewery. They just
Oh.
ferment because they don't have sewers
right.
or whatever. They import their Wort from New Zealand or
It's
some
like Czech Republic. Yeah,
some
something like
crazy
that.
thing.
Crazy.
And then
From what I understand, he was told that he wasn't allowed by the town to have.
It was going to be
A
called
brew
like
house.
it would constitute light manufacturing or something.
Yeah.
yeah, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought it was sewers or something like that, some other restriction. But
And the fumes of the smell of
Yes.
the brewing.
So bad.
yeah,
It's my,
yeah,
it's,
it would
it's a great
interfere with
smell,
it.
though.
Yeah,
It makes
oh.
everything smell better.
We said we wanted that smell in a candle. If I can get that in a candle, I'd bring it everywhere.
We're done.
Yeah, that's it. Nikki, listen, thanks a
I
lot for
want to
calling
check
in.
out Noble Savage. I think I
You
heard
haven't been up
Steve
there
mention
yet?
They got new
Equipment.
stuff in there. I went in
Yeah,
there
bro.
when they first opened too, and I keep going to Garvey's and passing right by Noble Savage.
Come on, man.
Be
Come
the
on
be the
now.
good local drinker and
Yeah.
support everybody.
Come on, Nicky Nux.
Tell Frank.
I go right past them. I've been to them, but I keep going past. Garvey's is the shit. I love Garvey's.
Yeah,
They make some
bro.
good stuff.
very good stuff. All right, buddy, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you calling in. Thanks for the
All right,
holla.
guys. Cheers.
I'll talk to you.
See you
Hey,
later.
Ibrahim.
Cheers.
Nikki Nux, our Brooklyn and Queens connection, hanging out and giving us the lowdown. Though
Is your connection for pot?
no.
Hey, you don't need a connection anymore.
Yeah, there's no. You just go to the.
Just grow your own.
Got the Snickle Fritz.
Yeah. Stickle Fritz. Yeah, no, he basically lives like 10 minutes from Finback and stuff like that, but he comes out here a lot more now. He's out here more than he is in by him. He's just oversaturated with everything he's ever done.
And
So
you know what? I because it's our first day back here, we never ever said, "Hey, and this is the number to call into." Nicky,
That's why
Nicky still had it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nicky
had it
still
stored
had
on his
it.
phone.
He had that number still.
Anyone watching, you can give a call on this show, 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990 if you're watching on govsradio.com, or if you're catching us in podcast form on Spotify, iTunes, or the Hopped Up Network. We will have another show in 2 weeks, and you can call into the show and ask any of the brewers any questions you'd like to. Our phones are back in session.
With a surprise guest in 2 weeks, because it's going to be a surprise to us too.
Yeah, we haven't really booked it yet. We've been relatively lazy after AC Beer Fest. Uh-oh.
Oh, you see, that's the phone
we
number.
go.
There you go.
Oh, shit. This is The World with Mike Pete and Steve, GovsRadio.com. Who is this?
It's D-Train.
Hey, Tom.
Oh.
I didn't even cue him.
Wow.
Yo, I had to follow up Nicky Nooks, man.
There you
had
go.
to, bro.
He was waiting the whole time. What up, Tommy?
How's it going, Tommy boy?
Good, guys. How you all doing?
Great
Good,
post
man.
AC Beer Fest. How you feeling?
Honestly, still working on the 37-pack that I was sent home with, so I've been drunk every night since we left.
Yeah,
And do you still have these crabs from the couch? Or did you
No,
get rid of
that
those?
actually, it's like Vegas. What happens stays.
Yeah,
you would
bro.
think that.
Yeah, no, not
But
with me.
I got a couple points for you guys.
Yeah.
First of all, the
Yeah.
studio looks immaculate.
Yeah, thank
you. Tell me, what is the room that you keep panning to at the couch? Is that the old computer room, or
No, that's where the old desk used to be. So where Brad is on the left, that used to be the back corner behind the desk.
Yeah.
Where Charlie is on the
Oh.
right is where I'm showing it right now on camera. That's where the end of the desk used to be. And then if you flip over here where Steve, Pete, and I are, this used to be the small little room. So we just basically broke down the wall and made it one big room and just put everything under the desk. That's why this looks like so many. You don't see it so much on camera with all the wiring, but when you're in studio, there's just shit everywhere.
Oh, well, it
But
looks
we hide it
very
from the
nice,
camera.
so it was well done.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're working on all that beer we took home from Icarus and Kane and and everything you brought up from freaking Hopscotch.
Yeah.
Yep.
That we didn't
And
drink. 'cause we
oh,
got-
that's
Thursday,
right.
I met up with our friends from the Long Island Beer Club for a
cool.
90s Nickelodeon trivia night at
There's
Farmingdale
another
Brewing
one.
Company.
John, throw a DM out.
You can't do that on television.
They've been.
Oh, they have been,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. They're
They're up to like 500 followers already.
Oh wow.
yeah, they just hit it.
Yeah.
yeah, and
So-
they've only been around for a couple months, and so that it just shows you how much love for craft beer is out there. Also, they help run some of the trivia nights at Farmingdale Beer Company, who is not really brewing. They're
It's not, they're not brewing there, but they do have a wide variety of craft beers that have been canned up from all over the place, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's endless. Like, whatever you want, they got.
They had Bolero Snort Juicy Pebbles in can, and right
Yes.
before, like
Yes, they
2
did.
weeks before AC Beer Fest, I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to try that. And then there we go. We saw them at AC Beer Fest.
Yeah, I was actually just listening to both episodes. I'm like halfway through part 2 because, even though I was there with you guys, I don't get to hear what you're talking about. So,
Hey,
but,
by
so
the way,
far, so good.
in part 2, I don't know if you're going to notice, but after every single interview at the back end of like the last 5 or 10 seconds, it's cut off. I have to replace that file.
I did notice that with Hidden Sands, I think it was.
Yeah. It was weird because we kind of like jump out for 10 seconds and we go back in. So what happens, this is Tech Talk with O'Toole.
Was
and-
Hidden Sands the well water?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Kim and Katie.
Kim and Katie. Yes.
So basically what I did, Tom, is I accidentally selected
shits.
all of the clips on that
crisp and
track,
clean.
and I just was trimming one, and I trimmed them all. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
So I got to go back
okay.
and replace that file. It'll be back up on the platforms.
Thank you for joining Tech Talk.
Tech Talk.
With Mike and Tom Santiago.
Mike and Tom. Appreciate everyone for
It's always something.
Yeah, there you go.
Tom, you got a promotion, by the way. You're no longer an intern. Now you're a producer.
Yeah,
So
he was
I've
a-
been
I
told.
heard the
Congratulations.
news. That
It
was
comes
great.
with no raise or
right.
additional
Yeah, I
benefits.
was going to say I'll send you my direct deposit form.
There you go.
Sounds good.
his raises that I paid his way to go to AC Beer Fest.
Yeah. That's honestly,
I
as
took
long
on
as I'm
that.
fed and there's beer in my
Right.
stomach,
There
we
you
are
go.
good.
Yeah, we had a
I don't
good
even
time.
need a place to sleep.
Basically, you bribed him.
I did.
Yeah.
No, I bribe him every time because it's.
I mean, that's how you get child labor, Charlie.
Oh, hey, look at me.
Oh man,
literal child labor.
no, but it's always a great time. I love going.
Tom, have you been over to Lost Farmer yet?
No, I have not.
All right, so there's your next trip. Grab the boys and head on over to Mineola and hit them up.
Hell yeah, will do.
Thanks for calling in, Tommy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. All right, take care, boys.
See you, bud.
Later, brother.
Tommy, a producer on our road mobile
Road shows.
Mobile.
How mobile.
So when we go on the road,
Yeah,
Tom
that
comes
is,
with us
yeah.
and helps him out. What?
Mobile.
Time to go mobile. I do it better when I have the megaphone. Time to go mobile. I can't do it like that. I need the actual megaphone. It sounds great.
Order the darkness.
Yes, you only adapted it.
You merely adopted it.
I want to get into this pail. Do you have the pail there?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. And you know what? That movie that he did with them as a moonshiner, with him and Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
He did a good accent. And he's like, he did one of those too, but with a little more southern twang to it. But I'm like, he
had
practiced.
but he had a great accent in The Revenant.
Oh, The Revenant. Yep. Or what's the one where he was the gangster? And it was him and himself.
It was himself.
Sneaky.
Oh.
Peaky Blinders.
No. It was a full movie. He was his own brother.
Yes.
Damn it.
They were twins.
Yeah, one was like the real good guy, and the other was a savage.
And one was just had that crazy
Now I have to
kill
look it up.
everybody.
Yeah,
and beat
yeah.
them. Yeah, what the fuck
which was
that?
awesome. Yeah, pass that
I'm
down.
looking it up.
Pale Ale, new cups.
New cups. All right, fair enough.
Fuck me and my new cups.
Give us a little rundown on the pail, Brad, while you're pouring. Get you now that you're leaning up. I can crank you up. Yeah.
No
Wait
buzz.
for it. Put it on the side.
No hum.
Yeah, so
No
50%
buzz.
Pilsner, 50% pale malt, all from Hudson Valley. And then
really?
Oh yeah.
Magnum bittering charge, Simcoe and Amarillo at flame out, and dry hop.
I like this. I'm a pale guy myself.
This is a fun one.
This
The
is
real-
a real.
Petano.
This
You
is a
look
real
pale
light
to me.
pale.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've been out in the
American
sun.
pale ales,
Don't make
yeah.
me take my hat off.
Why? Everybody, well, some of us have hats, some of us don't.
You want a hat? We got hats.
We have,
I don't have it with me today, but I'll
have
get
them
you a
in my
hat,
car.
Charlie.
I
have 'em in
don't.
my car, bro.
I'm not shy about hiding what I don't have.
Okay.
What,
I'm
brain
shy.
or where are we going at there, my brother?
Who are we going with here?
Steve knows where we go.
Hey now.
So, Brad, same question. Evolves. You're being so new. I always ask that. What is the version of this right now? Because what I've always liked about a pale is that, or in the pales that are out there, it's not overly juicy, right? I like sometimes like Greenport makes a great that pinstripe natural juiced.
Naturally
Great
juicy.
beer.
It's so juicy though. It almost like I
naturally.
wish it had I wish it had more hops in it to balance it out. But I do like it. I like a good pale. This doesn't have that overly juiced element, and I like that. So tell me what went into that. What pulled back the juice flavor?
So, you really get that with certain hops, right? Citra is going to have your stone fruit and citrus flavors. This is Simcoe and Amarillo, which are definitely on the pineier side.
Yeah. And it's softer too. It's not bitter. It's just soft, kind of muted.
Yep.
Flavorful there.
So it's a little bit below the IBUs for style guidelines. It's about 30. So not a lot of bitterness. You're getting that pininess from
Now,
the
who the
dry
fuck
hop
cares
charge.
about style?
Oh, God.
Don't get me started, bro.
I don't know if we got any judges listening.
Yeah, no. we had
Again,
I
that's
listened back
somebody's
to,
opinion.
you're right. I went back and listened to AC Beer Fest, right? I listened to some of the part of it because I had to edit it mostly. We got into a really long discussion about IBUs at one point. I don't remember who was with. It wasn't
Jug
Mark.
Handle.
It was Jay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean really
That was-
long. It was like 20 minutes talking about IBUs, and I'm like,
'Cause that's where
I
we
was
got in the
half paying attention because
we
I
got in
don't
the
remember
conversation
any of
about
that.
him coming from West Coast and then
Right.
having to brew.
That's correct, yeah.
hazies. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, and again, we have this calculation that we can do, but then again, it's on your palate to determine whether that is really the bitterness end, the
Right.
juicy end, or whatever.
I mean, we got into, there are breweries that have a beer and they say it's 0 IBUs, and then there are breweries that say, it's 120 IBUs. Well, no.
Well, it's 121
It's
because it'll
basically-
one up it. I'm going to
Yeah,
one
it's
up it.
basically 100, and that's really all you
$1
can.
true.
But depending on when it's just so stupid. The calculations of it are basically, unless you're really breaking it down, scientifically, just doing a calculation on what you get. You don't know what you have in the IBU wise. You really don't. you can guesstimate how many IBUs you have in that beer.
Right.
But unless you're really having it analyzed,
Sure, you can do 0 though if you just never put
nothing in a boil.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it drives me crazy.
But yeah, but is it again? Someone could taste that and go, but it's got some bitterness to it. It's got something there.
Well,
But that could be
They could be perceiving the piney flavors. Is that
Right.
exactly.
right, and then their perception of 0 IBU is not the same as subject B's.
Right.
You know.
Or whatever malt they're using that added that little bitterness, and they're perceiving that as a bitterness from the hops.
Right.
So, yeah, we could.
It's subjective.
Don't
I
get me
know.
wrong. Don't get me wrong.
But here, I mean, even
You're
at
crazy.
30, you don't get that overly bitterness, which is kind of what we're saying. Which you're saying, just for the people that kind of track that a little bit or understand a little bit of it, it's not there. I like.
This almost drinks like a golden to me.
Ooh, it's there.
You know, because it does have an evanescent like type of note to it, and like we said, it's a little malty sweet. I like it. It's a good job, babe.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks. It's called Seeing Coyotes.
And the name comes from.
Coyote that they put in there.
it comes from driving too long and seeing the white lines
It actually
at night.
comes from a Native American term where seeing coyotes upon your path of travel is an omen to turn around.
Damn, Charlie, you've been around way too long.
And,
Again, it was playing
told
lacrosse
you.
with the Iroquois.
I know.
He coined the phrase.
and we saw
He's the one that came up
we
with it.
definitely saw a ton of coyotes along the way before open, and we didn't turn around.
That's a good metaphor. I like
Yes.
that. That's
Yeah,
good.
Excellent.
Just
Very cool.
that had to be the name.
Okay, let me tell you about glycol.
Don't talk to us.
All right,
about
you guys got 2 more hours because glycol is a whole topic of. Just
Are you having trouble at the brewery for
Not
it?
anymore.
I mean,
Okay.
When argue.
Are you sure?
Well, I think we figured it out. It's just
my
$6 a pop clamps. You know, you can't go cheap on the clamps and the
Gotta
gel.
buy the tool
no,
with the
no.
clamps. The tool does the job, and then the tool needs 3 hands.
Yeah.
So you can't
Yeah,
do it
one
yourself.
55-gallon drum of later. We learned our lesson.
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
never
Slow leak.
We had Jeff from Peconic County Brewing Company on, and they had a glycol issue. They also had several other issues going on. We were out there for one of
God,
their
fucking
issues, doused, and it was someone. We saw 2 guys come in, construction guys or contractor guys come in. They sat at the bar. They had a beer. They walked behind the tanks, and about 10 minutes later, they both come out
Looking like they
soaked
pissed
from
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And what it wasn't even actually anything to do with glycol. They have their water treatment system they have.
Right.
They have,
Oh, yeah,
they
that's
have
right.
to actually bleed it for like so many times a day. And somebody went back there and opened it and didn't realize it, and it was just gushing out. So instead of just going over and turning a different valve, they walked right up to it and it was just getting hit right in the shit, and then came back around and it was soaked. When we saw Jeff later, he's like, "Oh shit, Steve! I would have known you were here. I would have just said, Steve, can you go and shut the fuck up?"
I mean, these are the crazy things that you guys go through. Give me the craziest thing that you had to overcome in the build out or the opening or anything like that.
Well, it was finding the dead bodies
Right.
buried underneath
Yeah.
when they put the
The
drains
RO
in.
was fun.
I don't know if it's
Glycol
all right. So the
was
RO
fun.
was fun. I worked overnight, like 3 nights in a row
Yeah.
on this RO system, and I learned a lot, and I loved it. I don't know if it's the craziest. Maybe you could think of something crazier, but
fun.
It was fun.
yeah, no,
We
you're
got
right.
that level of wet.
But getting up to I think the phase where we got pretty much the whole build out done, and we had to order a 400 amp panel, and it was February 2021.
It's custom made, 6
And
weeks.
they told
lead
us it
time.
was like 8 weeks lead time, and we wanted to open like then.
Yeah.
because we were ready to
Yeah,
turn
not
it
putting
on.
PSC and G's time because it has
Yeah,
to be
and then-
installed first.
Yeah, so you
The
can't-
line has to come in
And
first.
you can't schedule PSC and G to come and hook you up from the street until you have the panel in, and then they're another
Sure.
12-week wait. So we were sitting here twiddling our thumbs like, this is going to be another 6 months, but we're done. So that was a nightmare, but actually, we made enough phone calls, we found enough people we knew.
Yeah.
This guy, that
Calling
guy.
favors.
So, yeah, the panel came in I guess 4 or 5 weeks instead of 8, and then PSC and G hooked it up immediately 400 amps from the street. It was like the next day they hooked it up.
Was that during the allegations that PSE&G were completely screwing over Long Island?
I don't know.
But they hooked you up, though.
Yeah,
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
They gave me power.
Keep lipo away. We're good.
Hey,
And
you know what time it is?
I don't know what time it is. Hold on. You got to.
Here we go.
The first live version.
The first live version.
The live version of 3 Questions with Steve.
Yeah, this little fucking iPad. And all
Yeah.
these sounds. Dude, that's great.
Hey, you cool Hellcats. Tonight, we bring you a very special presentation. 3 questions with our very own Steve Pominski. Yeah. Steve's questions. 3 questions from Steve. 3 questions.
So proud of that.
Steve's questions. Go.
He made it.
Who fucking recorded that? Whose voice is that?
That's me.
Is it really?
He's so
I didn't know
happy.
It's fucking good.
It started with. Sorry, I didn't have you up there. What'd you say?
I said, it sounds like something back from there was a TV show many years ago.
Oh, here we
called
go. Back in the 1920s.
So before there was
TV and it was just radio.
It was black and white.
They were called talkies, right?
Yeah, and there was no remote. You were the remote.
You were called talkies.
So as you,
All right, what's his
as
3
most of our
questions?
audience knows, Steve is going to ask you guys 3 questions. We're going to take. God, you take it away, Steve. You know.
Yeah. So normally I throw these 3 questions out. I found after drinking a little bit, I could only do 1 question at a time because when I get to the 3rd one, you guys go, "What? What was the 3rd one again?" So anyway, question number 1, and we'll go right down the line. What was that first craft beer that you had that you said, "Oh man, what is this? What I got to try something else instead of drinking like a Corona or a Bud." What was that one beer that you said, "Man, craft beer is pretty cool. I got to get into this."
I got the answer right on my head. It was actually Money IPA Barrier.
Oh,
Nice.
local.
10, 11,
Local
12
brother.
years ago, whenever it came out.
Yeah.
When they first opened.
Probably about 11 years ago.
That's the
Yeah.
first time someone said that one. So there you
Right,
go.
yeah.
Nice.
I
That
like
was
it.
the one. And that actually got the bug. Bit the bug
Cool.
for me in craft beer.
I don't remember it, but it was probably because I was in Brooklyn. Like Stone's Arrogant Bastard or Lagunitas, Sloop, not Sloop, the one with the cabin on the front. I remember the picture of it. I forget the name of it.
Oh, Hop Stupid?
Hop Stupid, yeah.
Oh,
So-
jeez, how'd you get that so quick?
Yeah.
I used to drink
Wow.
the shit out of that beer, man. I used to love that beer, and it had that little cabin on the front.
Yeah, this was like 07,
And it's
08.
stupid, STOOPID,
Yep.
stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, I know you're gonna say, well, the first beer I had was,
From the
back in-
Travis Monks over.
Yeah,
Warsteiner.
backwards in Germany in World War One.
No, even before that, the Travis Monks
During
in
the Great War.
1400.
Yeah, well,
During the War of 1812, they brought over some ales.
you know how they just found those Egyptian ruins?
Yeah,
That was me.
I was there.
No, but I don't think I've ever asked you this question, Charles. After we've knowing each other this long, what was? And I got an idea maybe, but what was that beer that you were like? Man, I love this.
You probably don't know it, but Long Island used to do the Long Island Roller Rebels.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
So they always
I remember
brought-
your daughter
That's,
was a
that's, the
roller
first,
rebel.
that's
bro.
the first time I had
Yeah.
Long Island beer. Was at one of the roller derbies.
And what happened is Long Island would come in. They would bring the Celtic Ale and their raspberry wheat. Oh. And those were the first 2 I believe I had that really just set everything in motion. And then my son took me to bought tickets and we went to the Nassau Coliseum for one of the
Monster Truck
Isn't that one
Show.
of the best?
beer fest.
Isn't that one of the best places in the world? The Coliseum. It's amazing.
For a beer festival, when it was back in the day,
In the basement.
in the old days, it was packed. I mean, you had beer from
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Was that the world? Was that the international world one?
They had the international,
Yeah.
and then they had the regular. That was usually in the fall.
Yeah.
And then they had the spring beer festival, and you would walk in, and from the time you walked in, the whole thing was like lined.
I'll never forget. I saw someone head first in a garbage pail, feet out.
Yeah.
Feet out.
Sounds
As I
about
walked
right.
by, I
It was my first
"Oh,
beer fest. Okay.
Yeah.
Lay
off.
That was as time went on. That festival didn't. It got smaller and smaller as far as craft beer was concerned because whatever happened. But the first two I really had was Long Island's two, I believe, Celtic and the raspberry wheat.
All right. So,
But I want to add something.
Yeah.
Those were my mentors in getting me started in home brewing.
Dan and Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan and Greg are
that
awesome.
psychopath.
But,
So
this guy here, next to you,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I picked his brain when he had his brewery in Farmingdale.
Living legend.
I would come out. I would come out
I
of
get that a
mine.
lot.
I would come out of mine.
I don't know why.
Make a phone call and say I'll be home later, and I'd go over to his brewery and I would sit there and he would share wisdom, thoughts, and it was kind of like another mentorship.
Have you ever seen Dancing in the Rain? Well, that's what Steve does in his brewery. He would jump up on the rails and look at my words.
And he would get covered in glycol.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That'd be the rain part.
and then that's why we went out of business because I never brewed anymore. I just danced around in the rain.
Yeah, but sleeping on the grain bed.
Yes, that was always great,
Well, that's the way to
You
end the
just
night.
did that.
bro.
I took a nap the other day.
I'm
on the
going to tell
grains.
you right now, if
was
you're
great.
a brewer and you've never slept on pallets of grain,
You're not a brewer.
It's
actually-
comfy.
You're not a brewer, man.
It's deceptively comfy.
Yes, you can
So
actually
cool.
get it just so right and
moves.
just snuggle in there.
Well, it
moves.
It
It
foams
contours,
your body.
yeah.
It's like sand at the
memory
beach
foam.
where you can push out the
Yeah.
spot for your crotch.
and then if like you just so happen
Really comfortable.
it's
Well,
a-
you
it's a-
think it's
5-gallon
that.
bucket for your heels.
well, if it's just like a brand new like pallet, and all of a sudden you roll over and oh my god, there's a nut roll also down in there. And then all of a sudden you just go back to sleep.
Snack.
Grain snacks.
That's the BSG
okay.
thing. We get T-shirts.
Ah,
And
is
they-
that
they-
is that
Hudson
new?
Valley Malt. Hudson Valley
Oh,
Malt.
Hudson. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Okay.
kind of still cool.
Yeah.
And just a little promotion.
Question number 2.
Ooh.
Question number 2. What is your favorite style of beer?
Pilsner.
Pills.
Love Pilsner.
good.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, I could go into a million other types of beers that I love, but Pilsner is the one that I can wake up and drink every
like to hear
day,
that.
all day. Golf course, sun, beach, winter, summer. That's the beer.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean it depends, but I'm gonna commit to like Saison or Farmhouse Wild
There we
Ferments.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All of those things.
Charlie.
It's the lager. I got to go with the lager
great
because
answer.
that's what Rheingold was,
Yeah.
and that's where my father was the assistant brewmaster.
Speaking of lager, you mind cracking up one of those lagers? I love your
there we
lager.
go.
All right,
I
here you
love
go.
your
Have fun.
lagers.
Log it out.
Just pass it down.
Log it out.
Figure it out.
It's the only can.
Yeah.
If you'll notice,
It doesn't have kittens on it.
label 1, label 2.
Ah, look at you.
And
fancy
if you look at the
pants.
colors, it matches the Rheingold label colors.
Love it.
A little homage.
Not only an homage, but it took me a while to actually put this recipe together.
double up, there you go.
And it's gone through, I think, probably 3 or 4 different tweaks.
Yeah. Well, like
Right.
what would be a initial tweak that would really solidify that first step as you drink a beer?
I think what happened, what they did is they started to put a little bit more corn
Okay.
into it. We found a better yeast,
Okay.
which
You weren't using SO5 like everyone else.
this is
sir.
this is
It's not a lager, then, is it?
this is
To everybody.
We use a Bavarian style yeast for this one.
Okay.
We were using a different yeast in the beginning, and then we found this
very
one
good.
yeast, and we ran with it, and then the grain bill got tweaked a little bit.
Okay. So those are like the initiation
Yeah.
each time. Like, all right, let's do this, let's do that.
And it's each time the changes came through, it's been perfect. And when we canned it the one time, I was sitting at home and I pulled one out, and I happened to be watching the Met game because Rheingold used to sponsor the
Yes.
Mets. I cracked the can open. I'm sitting there. I take one sip, and I go like, "That's it." It was perfection because I've been trying to capture that Bushwick style from Rheingold and get that right to the point where this is it.
Interesting fact: Charlie was pouring Rheingold at Shea Stadium's opening.
I was pouring Rheingold when I was about 6 years old. Had my own beer mug.
Did you?
And at the Lake Ronkonkoma picnics, when you could swim in the lake.
Well, we all know he was at the Polo Grounds. We all know that.
I was at the Polo Grounds too.
He's like, who needs an outfield defense? We'll just keep going.
We just keep going.
Just keep it going.
One more question.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yes,
hurry up.
I was going to do a... No,
Don't you hurry up. We got all the time in the world.
We do.
I know, but
Oh, yeah, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm old. Come on.
I thought you figured you would have went in your diaper already. But,
I don't wear one.
I see that's your mistake.
That couch is pretty much Scotch guarded, so you're good to go. You're good to go.
Just go, brother.
There's a crease between you and Brad, and it's fine. It'll just go right between the creases.
The crevice?
We'll,
I think I saw Brad move over a
I
little
don't know
bit.
if you've noticed, but Brad's really got off the He's like,
Brad's getting ready to
angle it in, angle it in.
These guys are
All
right.
Is it hooked up?
This is easy out.
They're about to play Nightcrawlers.
All right, get to your question.
All right,
All
quick.
right. So, question number 3. Today, you go to a bar or restaurant. You want a beer. What is the go-to beer? Not one of yours, but what is that go-to beer that you're looking for?
Well, I mean, I'm just answering that question off of last night's experience.
No, there you go.
I went to Black Sheep,
Nice.
and I got
You
Maine.
stumbled over to there. And
Yeah, exactly. And I got they had Maine Brewing Co.
cool.
And I love Maine. So I had
Which one? Lunch, Mo, dinner?
Pilsner.
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 Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pilsner, man.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that
All right.
Edward? Is that
Is
it Edward or Susan?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
I don't remember the name of the beer, but it was their
was good.
Pilsner. It was their Maine Brewing Co. Pilsner. That's what I got. That was last night's experience. That's the answer I'm going with. Final answer.
Punch it in. Jimmy Kimmel. Just say yes or no.
Brad?
Yeah, I mean, most restaurants are going to have, like, big styles, so pretty much whatever IPA is that they've got going.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your local restaurant of choice? Because I know you're in the Nassau County area. Floral Park, right? So
Yeah.
what is the spot in Floral Park?
Oh, man.
Big shout out. Go.
Yeah. Well, we lost our, like, big food spot, but, we still go to Park Place now that they've got the new spot
Yeah,
on
Park Place.
Jericho.
They moved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Much bigger place, like 3 or 4 times bigger.
cool.
Huge outdoor area.
Yeah.
Oh, really? All right,
Fire
nice.
pits, outdoor bar. So they have 2 bars: indoor bar, outdoor bar.
Summer spot.
Yeah.
Summer
Boom.
spot.
But we lost like 3/4 of our food with that fire. So, but
Yeah.
Park Place being one of them. So glad they got to open up.
What did they have on tap that really kind of stands out? Are they trying to bring in like some unique stuff, or a lot of local stuff? What's their MO?
They've been rotating, and they want to have us on tap, so we're trying to work towards that as well. But
July 21st. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
How many sixtels do you want? We got them.
Yeah, but man, what IPA did they have on? You just say, give me whatever IPA, and that's usually what I do at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was where was I locally? I'm like shit. They only had Wave Chaser, and I me.
That's your go-to.
I like my Wave Chaser
Don't
go-to.
say, oh, shit. That's
I'm like, oh, shit.
There's a 12-pack in your fridge.
No, there is not. No. I've been really
moldy.
expanding.
No.
Montauk's
Joe
good.
Abruzzo, please call the Wort right now. Joe Abruzzo, please call the Wort.
They're
And scream at O'Toole.
they're juicy. I think they just came out with it months ago.
Yeah.
It's good too.
Yeah,
Montauk,
I went out to the brewery. I got something that they brewed there. Wink, wink. And I found it delicious. It was I think it was too juicy or one of those.
Yeah.
Too juicy is two roads, but it's one of those. It's probably just juicy IPA.
You got to give respect where it's due. Montauk's branding is phenomenal.
Oh
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
You got to give respect where it's
they
due.
are
Like,
a
that's just-
towel and a T-shirt and a hat company
It's-
first, and then
Yes.
beer. But
No
still,
comment.
no, you guys drink it. You because Arrowhead Red went away.
Yeah, no,
you're
now they're
bitter.
dead to me. That's right.
You're
Now
bitter
you're dead
because
to me. You
Arrowhead.
took what I wanted.
I love that beer.
Montauk's in every restaurant.
Yeah,
It's
everywhere.
Restaurant, grocery store,
Yep.
beer store.
CVS.
CVS.
Yeah.
Walgreens.
Yes.
No, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I-
what's the
7-Eleven.
one out of
They've got
Hawaii
their own little
that's
success.
Yeah.
Kona.
Kona.
Yeah.
Everywhere. everywhere.
Yep.
The past 5 years, I guess, maybe.
Kona Big Wave.
Longboard and Big Wave.
Big Wave everywhere.
I went to I took my kids to Disney. We went to the
Epcot or
no, the Polynesian Hotel.
oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
It's themed that way. It's all Hawaiian and like that.
Well, of course.
20 of that company's beers on tap.
So-
I didn't know they had that.
Didn't they get bought out?
Not sure.
They
Probably.
might have,
I
but
would
they're still
assume so,
doing it
yeah.
under their
But my
brand.
introduction
Yeah,
is
they're
the same
still
time.
using their
Duke Law.
same company name,
Yeah.
but I think it's
Went to the beer fest either in Maryland or Delaware. I was at Dogfish at the time, and there was a beer
Love
festival
Dogfish.
nearby. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you a
OG.
story in a second.
OG.
yeah, yeah. I mean, 90s. They are literally like, I've been to breweries in Asia, which I could talk about, and a lot of them trained with Dogfish. One of my favorite breweries is out of Hong Kong. Global Breweries, Asian influence, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
I've heard. Yeah.
A Young Master Brewery.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. So, it's not.
Young Master.
Yeah. So a lot of Asia is copying Western styles, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, if I can get that at home.
Rice lager? Yes, please.
Well,
Love a rice lager.
so I can't wait to phase 2 of the brewery because I've got a lot of crazy recipes, goji berry, chrysanthemum.
Don't give it all away.
chamomile.
Yeah, I was.
It's
No,
All right, Charlie.
But you want to give it out because
just kidding.
people are going to be so
I'm
fucking.
just kidding.
No, what John was going
Go
to
Yeah.
cha-ching, 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 imports, cha-ching,
Oh no,
tariffs.
I don't know if you noticed too.
Wait,
Charlie's got a
not
little
yet.
thing. He's like, goji berry.
goes. That's the next tee off with
You,
goes.
you do that in a 3-vol Belgian style. The herbal nature of it is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've definitely gone to pretty much every craft brewery out in Asia, and
And
brought a lot back.
how's the that's because we haven't been there. I know you have you been there, Steve? I know Pete hasn't been anywhere.
No.
So
Pete.
what's the scene? What's the
How does one
Japan?
find themselves in a craft brewery in Asia?
Well, let's just
Depends
start
where
with
you are.
Japan.
First, you go on a plane and go.
right. First is a plane.
Fair.
I'm going to step out.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you, Mike. You take it off. Go.
You
You
don't
know
have
where
to
the
go
bathroom is,
outside.
right?
There's the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now,
What is
don't
the
be
with
testy.
the feeling of craft beer in another country?
So everywhere that we went in China, so Shanghai Brewing Company has 4 locations, and they were always in the western locations. So felt very Asian architecture, but very Fifth Avenue at the same time. You'd see every luxury brand, and then a brewery,
Right.
very large brewery in the middle of it. And their beers were spot on. You would get the every Western style, like IPAs, New England IPAs, everything like that.
And are they stealing recipes like they steal intellectual property from everywhere else in America? or?
No.
I mean,
I'm
to be
sure they're going to
honest,
copy juicy IPAs, New England's. I'm sure they got them over there, right? They got to see the trend and what people like.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I don't consider that really theft. I mean, base grains, there's only so many ways you can combine them.
Yeah. Did you
You know,
talk to anybody?
They're an
over there?
easy target these days.
Yeah. Are they importing? What are they? Are they trying to get
I'd
stuff
imagine-
from America? Are you trying to get? I'm sure Citra is something that's here, right? So are they importing that over there?
I would imagine they have to, but because it's very tightly regulated over here. You have to apply to become a grower, right? You can't just get
Right.
Citra rhizomes.
Huh.
Would be amazing if you could. Eventually, you will.
We
when
could all
they're-
have
Are there
when they're out of
Chinese
patent.
hop varieties?
The problem is you can, but you can't call it Citra.
Oh, right,
Because
right.
it's trademarked.
Yeah, it's
so
trademarked.
yeah, you could get that rhizome and grow it, but you can never
Call
call
it Citro.
Well, then you
Yeah.
let me know how to get that because I love Citra. Galaxy, $30 a pound. I just need the
Yeah.
hops.
Are there Chinese hop varieties? Or,
Yeah, so that's a good question. They're specific to the continent.
I could look that up again. It's been a couple of years. Obviously, travel and all that, and having kids. So it's been about 4 or 5 years since I was over there.
All right. Things have changed. Definitely in 5 years have changed for sure.
Yeah.
I was in Japan February 2020, and it was amazing.
Really?
What a culture. What a culture.
Spring Valley
And I went to
Brewery.
Sapporo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love
I
Sapporo.
did the tour, did the Sapporo tour. There was nobody there. Really? It was COVID. It was February
Right,
2020. It
yeah.
was like,
How would they even open? Because
they
they
didn't
had.
close till the next month, March. When I was getting on a plane coming back to America, there was one case in Japan. I thought I was going to get stuck there. I got off the plane.
my God,
I did a
can you
layover in Malaysia. Got off the plane, and there was people in biohazard suits.
Jesus.
And a wall, and it says, from China this way. Oof. And I was like, well, I'm going this way. Yeah,
Jesus.
go this way.
In Japan, Spring Valley Brewery. You should definitely check it out.
Spring Valley, okay.
Yeah.
How about
next time I'm in Japan?
have you been over to
sure.
Korea?
Yeah,
Korea's,
when you get over there,
South
next
Korea's
week,
got a bunch of stuff going on.
Oh, you gotta go though. Seriously, you gotta
What?
go.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah,
I didn't
it's on
find
the
anything
list.
super
Worth
unique,
it.
but what's unique about Spring Valley is they do Randalls. They have like it's giant, acrylic or glass.
From Dogfish Head.
Maybe. I can't find anything like these.
No?
Like, so
Oh, so-
Dogfish has like inlines,
Right.
but these are like giant French presses.
Oh,
and so
I see.
and it's super unique. They put the beer in, they put the herbs that you've requested in, and they French press it through.
Okay.
And you can have like the same beer like 10 different ways.
Huh.
Interesting.
And it's
They have like a bunch of different ones lined up, and then you can kind of filter it
Almost
through.
like a Berliner Weiss, adding your different pumps to it.
Except they use actual like real things. So like the herbs and the spices, they open it up,
They're like
That's
fully.
seal it,
That's cool.
CO2
Wow.
purge it, put the beer in.
Now,
They're on a whole new level.
these containers glass or they?
Glass or acrylic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're definitely see-through, fully see-through.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's very hard to Google it. If you do SVB like Randall, you'll get a couple videos. Because it's all in Japanese or kanji.
Right.
But yeah, that's if I could reproduce that or cask style, because once I was in Europe and I didn't like cask style the first time I was over there. Then when I came home, I'm just like, man, I really want that.
Because you can't find it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
What you guys should do,
Yeah.
and just to give you a heads up, it's November. No, I believe it's November 7th.
Oh yeah.
reach
Blue
out,
Point.
reach out to
It's
Blue
definitely
Point.
June, but
No, now it's you.
No, bro, you don't understand.
It's from July.
In my head, it's November 7th.
I was like, wait, what month are we in?
November 7th, Blue Point is doing their Blue Point Cast Festival this year. Reach out to...
Talking to your mic, Steve.
Oh, sorry. Reach out to one of the guys over there. I believe it's Mike is running it.
Yeah, Mike's running it. Yeah.
This way you guys can be a part of that. It's a fantastic... You know what? They're within Bev, but who gives a fuck?
I'll give you.
They
I'll give
do
you
a
contact.
great festival.
Yeah.
The guys are awesome over there. And, you'll be on the South Shore now, out in Patchogue,
yeah.
with your beer there. And it's just another way of people finding you guys and what you're doing. And then you get to play around with something really cool that is a one-off possibly.
Yep. You would know because, and you would as well. Like the gas that you choose to carbonate your beer with changes the flavor.
Sure.
So one of the fun things that I've introduced to the other founders is like I can show you what it tastes like at every step. And so something that's completely uncarbonated is going to taste drastically different on CO2, on nitro, etc. So.
Yep.
That'd be interesting to see kind of what you could even do 2 or 3 and do it on different gases.
Yeah, so
Get
the
the gas.
Stag's Head in Brooklyn does this. They'll stock 2 beers, one cask, one carbed. That's the only place I know that does it. Maybe there's more. But yeah, it's you would swear they were 2 different beers.
Just from that, huh?
Yeah, just from the carbonation.
Yeah,
Crazy.
naturally carbonated
Get you
beers
back
are unbelievable. I mean, it's just all the flavor just stays there.
Yep.
And you still have the carbonation of, it fermenting in its own. And the best part I found is there's so many things that you can add to beer to change its complexity that people don't even think about. We did a beer one time. You ever see cascara beans? It's the husk of a coffee bean. It tastes like a cherry. Well, there are actually quite a few. Actually, in Farmingdale, there's Giorgio's coffee grinders.
My wife loves that place.
He actually has cascara, and you take it and you just soak it, and then either use that liquid or just put it right in the cask and let it sit for a good month. And the flavors that come out of it are something you'll never taste again. And we did one beer and we brought it to Blue Point, and people were like, "What the fuck is this? What is cascara?" And I'm like, "Cascara is the husk of the coffee bean." And we all know what coffee tastes like.
Yep.
But when you have that husk, the flavor is just I mean, I love that festival because one, it's also a great way to meet everybody. Guys you might guys from Barrier, you can hang out with guys from Barrier, or guys that you just kind of you like what they're doing, and you just walk over, "Hey, I'm so and so."
Good energy.
And everybody is so forthcoming and just so cool about everything.
I actually wanted to bring that up that you just put. I new to the beer industry, Brad's been brewing for a decade, but I mean, I guess not in the industry. I'm very new to this industry. I am in other industries, my day jobs. I am very impressed at how welcoming, nice, just nothing but good things to say about the community.
Yeah.
Anyone we've reached out to, talked to, honestly, I had to say that because it's very nice to see that there is some sort of level of respect amongst everyone, no matter what you're doing within a community that's this size.
That's a small community.
The saying,
Yeah.
the saying has always been craft brewing industry is 99% dick free.
It really is.
It's probably about 98.5% dick free now.
Now, yeah.
Because there's just way too many breweries. You gotta. But I mean,
saturation.
The amount of people that are out there. If you say you own a brewery and you go to another brewery, they cannot. Hey, what do you want? You want to go see something? You want to try something? I'm
inviting.
I'm down.
Yes.
I'm down.
Yes.
I'm upstate. All of a sudden, I get just a little cup like this put on my table of something that they got going on in the back.
Yeah.
Out of the fermenter, everything.
Yeah, and it was right out of the fermenter, and it was actually at Whitman Brewing, and it was a blonde ale that they were finishing it off with oak staves. And it was just going to sit in a fermenter with oak staves. And they just had done it. The beer itself was already delicious, and I could already see where it was going. And the brewer Keegan was just like, I could see it in his eyes that he was just like, I can't wait for this to be done. It's going to be fantastic. And I just love that part about the business.
Yep.
You know, everybody's got that passion. The majority of people, especially the brewers, it's all about passion to them. They just want to produce the best liquid that they can, that they're proud of, and that people are going to want to, get and bring to their friends. And hey, you got to go to this brewery. And it's now you guys seen it already. How many times have you seen somebody take one of your beers, drink it, and go, oh, and they're not in front of you. You can see them from a distance, and you just watch them drink the beer, and they're like, you can see how much they enjoyed that beer that you guys produced.
Unbelievable. Friday night, I was Friday night, whatever. Either one of those nights, I was at the brewery.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're technically
It's
the
one
same
of those
thing.
days during the week.
Same thing anyway.
You cut one night short to blend into the next.
And I was there, standing there, hanging out with my father-in-law, and I was kind of like the man behind the Blueberry Vice, and I put a lot of work into that beer, and I was standing there, and I was watching someone order it, and he's online, and he's maybe 8 feet away from me, and he takes a sip of it, and he says exactly that. Fuck, this is good. And I see his lips, and I see his face, and I'm like, that just right there.
Yep.
I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Like that was
That's the payoff. As much as making money.
No, but that is.
But that's like the payoff. That is where you go, fuck yeah, we're good, man. We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Golden
exactly
like
what
a
you just
gold
said.
nail.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's a risky beer too. It's not like the pale ale or the juicy where it's gonna do well. It's a blueberry. It's
not for everybody.
It's not for everybody beer.
Yep.
And then there's someone who's gonna hit on tap and be like, I hate fucking blueberries. 1 star.
1 star, quarter star.
Blueberry.
Fuck you
I'm
guys.
allergic to blueberries. 1 star.
You made me go to the hospital, you pricks.
Well, you're allergic to blueberries. You probably shouldn't have ordered the
Probably
blueberry.
shouldn't have.
Dumbass.
Maybe. Yes, maybe.
Charlie, we're running out of time, but I want to get to some of the upgrades. Give us what's been going on with 1940s, because I heard so much stuff, and I've gotten, I want to say mixed messages, but we've gotten so much information. Set us straight. What's going on?
Well, as you know, during COVID, in the middle of COVID, we sold our brew house, and that was back in August. We had the floor redone, and then we brought in our new equipment. We brought in a 10-barrel system, came in about mid-November with a 20-barrel hot liquor tank.
Hot.
Yep, and 2 20s are in-house, and then we have 4 10s and a 5. And we're thinking about, the thought process is sell the 5 and buy 3 more 10s.
Yeah, sure.
Because we just feel that the way everything is going, I just gotta. Before I came in here, I ended up checking my email, and Liquid Runner is asking for more. So I go like, okay, I'll see what I can do, and I have all this stuff going out, and
one of those good problems, right?
It's a very good problem. And like I said before, and I don't want to toot his horn too much because I know, but he said to me, bro, whatever you do, make good beer.
Yep.
And that
First
was
and foremost.
we've taken it to heart. If we don't like it, and there's 3 of us who have to approve it, otherwise we open it up and there it goes.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a sign of somebody that cares about what they're doing and cares about the industry, because there are people out there that will not. And don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know.
I've sat there, and I know you sat there, and you're like, "Wow, man, this is $3,000 worth of ingredient and time, sweat to go down the drain." But do I want that product to go out? No.
No.
So
absolutely
you
not.
do what you have to do, and it's on to the next, and you figure out what you did wrong and why it happened, and you move on.
You move on.
But
and I'm most sure these guys are going to go through it if they haven't already.
Yeah.
And
Good brewers dump beer.
Yeah. You don't, because you get one chance to make a first impression.
This is correct.
And you can tweak the beer, and everybody will just rave more and more about it. But if you don't make it right the first time, you don't get a second chance.
Yep. You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time with this. Come on.
Changing colors?
I was trying to.
Oh.
So one thing I didn't do. I didn't look at my color scheme.
It's all blue.
It's supposed to be green because we're the Wort.
For the Wort. We're the Wort.
I want to.
But going back to the question of what's happening, we have a couple of new. We have gone always to the classics. We do the stouts and everything.
Yeah.
We have a barrel aged stout that's been sitting for quite some time.
Ooh-wee.
And
What are we at with ABV right now?
I would think it's probably around 12 to 13%.
Good summer.
What was the base?
Summer drinking beer right there.
It's an oatmeal. It's
What
an
was the
oatmeal.
perfect?
It's an oatmeal stout. What didn't fit in the barrels is on tap is Orange Whip, which is our orange. It tastes like it's if you liked creamsicles as a kid from Good Humor.
Hey,
you got the vanilla.
We can't call it orange creamsicle. We can't call it that.
No. But it's.
Just wait for the season to.
You have that oatmeal stout, and that's on tap right now.
Nice.
Hey guys, side plug. Mr. Softy rolls through to us on Sundays.
On Sundays, I get him every day.
Oh, well, you're better than me.
Chipwich.
But I do the root. I do instead of doing root beer float. I did the blueberry
Stout float. Stout floats.
Soft serve. Yeah.
Go ahead, Charlie. Sorry to cut you off.
That's cool, man. Don't worry. And we have that'll be coming out. We have we're working on a pretzel goza.
Pretzel goza.
I just
salty.
Well, it's traditional. You got to understand, a traditional German goza is not sour.
Salt.
It's the salt and everything with it.
Right.
So that's coming. The cherry sour I mentioned before, and we have just cranking out what everybody just loves. We're expanding. All
Column shifter coming back.
Column shifter is in the tanks fermenting.
There we go.
The last of the cans have been sold.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be in one of the upcoming canning runs in August.
How about In Bloom?
In Bloom is still rolling on.
All right.
It's still there.
You're
Black
pulling
Circle.
them all out there, brother.
I love some. There's some ones I really do.
Jared from Black Circle Project comes in before band practice and picks up a 4-pack of that to go.
Of course you do.
And if it's not in 4-packs, he takes 2 crowlers. He says, I got to get through band practice.
Somehow I got to get through. Yelling at all my bandmates being dicks.
Yeah. And we're going to bring back, we're bringing back our red in the fall.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Starboard down.
Love the red.
It might come out as an Imperial.
Oh boy, like King Celtic from Long Island.
Oh boy,
but it'll be in limited supply because it's going to go in and replace the Imperial Confession in the barrel.
So you're gonna just not clean, just run it right through.
We're gonna rinse them out and dump
that
it in.
So
I know.
mischievously.
Just
he was just so really.
He wasn't supposed to tell.
Yeah, and guess what?
There's gonna be some guys
out of the bag.
Catch up. You should have done a
breaking news. Breaking news.
I don't have that queued up.
He's too late.
Yeah, no, it's too late for that. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I got to pre-screen that.
We've been working very hard with our stuff, and the system is just fabulous. And like I said, it's got more bells and whistles on it that we don't even use yet.
Yeah.
But it's turned out that one guy can brew a 10-barrel batch in the same amount of time it took 2 of us to do 5. So,
Right.
it's a lot easier. And somebody lays one piece and the other piece goes in another fermenter, and then we combine them all, and that's
Turning and burning.
That's it.
Shake and bake.
Well,
Shake and bake.
eventually, what I'd like to see in hopefully the next few years is that brew house is running constantly.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
rotating those.
85 barrels is not. I don't think is enough for us. I think we have to go to 110, but we got to hold off and see how we get. How everything is.
He definitely is like Sig Hansen on freaking Deadliest Catch.
I'm telling you.
We need 185,000 pounds of Opelia. It's got to happen. We're going to grind all night.
I know he beats
I'm
the
going
kids.
to put this
I know
out
he
there.
does.
At
He
the
beats his
age I'm
fucking
at,
kids.
you either do it or you go home.
Right.
And I want to see
like
this. I want to see this to the end.
From somebody who's 176 years old.
You
listen to him.
You don't mess around.
You don't mess around with the child.
Brad did a great job designing our system. Fully custom. Fully custom from Stout. He
was all Stouts?
Yeah, he was on the phone with them for...
Rakes have been the best purchase ever.
Rakes. He's got a Herms coil, too.
You can't even make mistakes with rakes. Stuck mash, blast
Nope.
rakes,
Yep.
nope.
Yeah.
No, it's been never a stuck mash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
At a 50% flaked wheat, got stuck. You just blasted rakes, good to go.
Well, we keep ours going all the time, and we have the hydrator and everything set up, so there's no
Flush it right out.
It just goes right and wet. It's wet before it hits the mash tun.
I want to know what is coming up. I know you said the cherry. I know you said the what you have in the
Barrel-aged
tank.
stout?
No, the column shifter.
Oh, yeah.
What else is in the tanks? Because I'm sure you, like you said, you turn it and burn it. So, what are those last few that you're like holding back on us for?
Column shifters in the tank.
Yeah.
I believe they brewed Wicked Chowder.
Okay, all right, there you go.
Shut up.
Another
last
staple.
time we did it, we split the batch, and we made hot chowder.
Hot chowder.
And we made the Wicked. We had the Wicked come off first, and then in went the special ingredients. And
You secretive son of a bitch. You really are.
it's simple. It's jalapeno peppers. What do you want?
All right, fair enough.
Yep,
And
that's what we use
it
for our
came out
stout.
just it's when you have the right equipment, your beer level goes up.
Yeah.
And everybody was raving about it.
Good. And
So
it's
we
just
have
a bit of heat as opposed to like that
it's
bite.
a little bit of heat, and you smell that green and the jalapenos, and you just got that nice little heat after it, and it's perfect.
Okay.
Jalapenos are the best chili.
Yeah.
Yeah, for beer. Yeah.
They gotta be.
Yeah.
Because it's that right amount of bite without all of the other stuff that can go with it.
Right.
But it's got such a good complementary flavor. It's not just
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got heat and all the taste. And I don't know if you do like the last 5-10 minutes of the boil, but that's like the perfect time.
No,
to
we
do it.
don't. We don't put them in the boil.
You dry hop them?
Oh, they go right in they go in with the baby.
Seeds and all. Seeds are the hottest part, right?
No,
no seeds.
We sit there. You ever gut enough for a
I
5-barrel
know.
batch?
Oh, well,
No, I have not.
Yeah.
That's a lot of salsa.
Yeah. Trust me. We got them.
Couple hundred.
That's why
Wow.
it just presents enough heat,
yeah.
and you get the juiciness from the jalapeno itself, and people love it.
I'm a jalapeno on that stick.
we did pilots every which way.
Yeah.
And our favorite was last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we tried them in dry hopped as well.
Ah.
Okay,
You cheese
cool.
bags
It's very
just
good.
started?
It's,
Yeah.
We just decided on the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to give you guys an opportunity to give us the big plugs, give us the information, everything about the brewery, everything that you can possibly come up with to get people to the information they need to come visit, everything.
Yeah, Sunday Fun Day for sure. Live music, acoustic. We have acoustic acts. Definitely plug in Biscuits and Barbecue. Definitely plug in Borelli's.
yeah.
Definitely plug in Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
Anyone else you can think of? Stout.
Yeah, I mean, and we're growing, and there's pretty much 95% of the time an owner on site.
For sure.
if that's important to you,
Definitely plug in
interacting.
Mineola.
Yeah,
Community,
as well.
community.
What
for
are the
sure.
what are the tap room hours? How what do you guys
7
open
days
these
a week,
days?
12 to 12. And honestly, that's if there's no one there at 8 p.m., like 8 or 9, we're gonna close, which happens on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But if there's crowds there at 8 p.m., we're staying open.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's 12 to 12, 7 days a week.
Right. And then whoever shows up, shows up. It
Right.
is what it is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's and obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday night is usually when we stay open till midnight.
Contact information, social media. What do we got?
At Lost Farmer Brewing Co. Website www.lostfarmerbewingco.com. Do we even have a Twitter? Nah.
Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Those are the best parts.
Yeah.
Charlie?
Instagram's where it's at.
Big plug for 1940s.
We're open 7 days a week, 4 to 9 on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday through Friday, 3 to 10. Saturday is 12 to 10. Sundays 1 to 8. Live music on Friday nights. We have a special announcement coming up, which I can't say because I can't hit the breaking news. We haven't confirmed the date, but I will get it to you as soon as I do. This involves a band.
Okay.
So the full band is coming out to play for the
Huey Lewis in the
second or
news?
third time in the brewery.
Oh,
I know
second time.
I know
you
exactly who it is. I'm not gonna say now.
Yeah.
Is it less than Jake that Mike can interview?
No.
We're having September 17th is our cigar night.
Oh shit!
September 18th will be our 5th anniversary party.
Hey, 5 years.
Nice.
5
Working
years.
Working it.
Congrats.
That doesn't include the 2 years or the year and a half in Farmingdale. Whatever it was. This is all just 5 years.
Yeah,
5 years in Holbrook.
Don't count that.
Let's forget that.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, it's you talk about community, and you guys should really you guys really hit on it. Community means a lot, and we do a lot of supporting for the community. We've done stuff.
You guys do a lot for the fire department too,
Right,
over there, right?
well, actually, Signal 8 is brewed with the volunteer fire department. We actually send money up to the burn center up at Stony Brook. When we first did it, the Never Alone, which is here.
that was written up in on News 12 this past spring, right?
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yeah, this is the beer. We designed the label. My son designed the beer. My other son did the label, and the music video to it, which was Orlando from 94.3 The Shark, filmed part of it at the brewery.
Talk a little bit about that. What the cause for Never Alone? Yeah,
It's for suicide awareness and mental health.
Right.
Especially during COVID times, but even pre-COVID times, you got your veterans coming home, no support.
22 a day.
And then you have your regular people people don't understand how much pain how long can you take it before you decide to say enough is enough.
Yep.
And whether there are people out there being bullied, it's all comes down the road to something. And we found out that with music, you're never alone. And he created this. He wrote the song, the lyrics. Brendan from Wheatus put it together with him as far as the music, and he had Vinny from Sponge, John from One Direction was on the drums, and one of the guys from Candlebox. I can't remember the name.
I like Sponge. Sponge was one of my favorites.
All participated in the video.
That's awesome.
Along with,
so cool.
At the time, she was a DJ, Ashley, who was a former WWE Diva champion.
Who passed.
Yes.
From suicide.
Right. She committed suicide about 2 to 3 months after the video was done. And it put everything in the can. So he waited a good year or so, probably a good year, before he went to the family and asked, and they said, definitely put it out. And he has a memorial piece at the end. So on every can that we put out, there's a QR code that takes you to the music video.
Awesome.
And we just asked people, we're donating probably close to over $1,500 to
And
Long
yeah,
Island
I was going to ask that. So along with that QR, does it give you a
Yes.
site to go to where you can donate?
Yes.
Okay.
It tells you to go to. You can use any of the local chapters. I have decided because I know a lot of people. Matter of fact, I did a podcast with one of the national board members for suicide awareness, and I know the local executive director of the local Long Island chapter. We used to work together at the March of Dimes. So this is big for me because of issues that I've had to come across in my family.
Sure.
It's big because we lost 2 fantastic people in 1 year, to suicide, and that's what set Orlando on that path to write that song. And we're all in it.
That's
we
awesome,
jumped
man.
in, and this is what we feel we can try to give back. What little bit we can give back to the community.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
That's great.
And when you walk into the place, you'll see how we give back. You'll see all the badges from all the different services all around.
Yeah, man.
Long
You
Island.
have them all around the taps. That's so cool.
All around. It's now stretched from around the 2 tasting room boards, and it's now stretched all the way across. It's starting over the entranceway now.
Awesome.
I
You
have
got
4,
people from all over coming in.
Yeah,
and getting that
I
from-
have 4 badges that were sent to me because my cousin came in from Ireland. He was a former police captain over in Dublin.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah, and I have all 4 of their badges up. So we travel all through it's all over, from as far as Border Patrol guys down in New Mexico to Brookline, Massachusetts, volunteer fire department.
I spent some time last time I was out there just looking around, looking at everything. It's almost like a history board. It's
I
funny.
had a reservist walk in, and he saw all the stuff, and he says, when I come back up to do my reserve duty, I'm going to bring you up badges from the Philadelphia Police Department.
Yeah.
While he was standing right there, he tore off 2 badges
Get
off
outta
his
here.
uniform.
This guy.
I pinned him right to the thing. I says, there you
Amazing.
go.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, so it's we're big for first responders and community and everything else because a lot of us have people in NYPD, FDNY,
Yeah.
On and on and on.
It's almost impossible to find a Long Island community at this point that doesn't have firemen, police officers, teachers, anybody like that as an integral part of their community. So to have them, part of that whole thing is important to, the community and the business and everything.
I have volunteer firemen working behind the bar at times. I have a teacher.
I wonder why. Are they drinking, Charlie? They're drinking more than they're serving.
No, they're
Those
they're
firemen
serving.
are well known. I'm just kidding.
No, they're serving.
Yeah.
No. There's a little policy they know not to.
It's a little policy.
When they're off, what we call off duty.
Yeah.
Or if it's a special occasion, like we're tasting something.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Good to go. Charlie, you're commended for what you've done. You guys are one of the OGs here on Long Island, of course, and what you guys obviously have done for the community and Long Island in general. But between both the fundraising and the give backs to the community, as well as the delicious beer, is awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go to John and Brad for a second. You guys, obviously brand new brewery. What seems to be the motto here? Because we heard from someone that's been around for a while. And I'm not saying you have to match that.
How do you follow that?
How do you follow
that?
But what's the mission statement though for the brewery? Are we looking to kind of get in that same route moving forward?
I don't want to sound redundant.
Yeah.
But it is definitely community driven.
Yeah.
100%. And it's not just Mineola, even though it's Mineola. It's New Hyde Park, Garden City, Floral Park,
Nassau County.
Hempstead, West Hempstead. It's all of Nassau County, but centrally located in Nassau County. And the support that businesses that are across the street from us or 2 miles away from us have come and supported us and been there. I mean, we have some guys who are there. I don't want to make them sound like drunks, but they're there every day.
Yeah.
And
They're beer enthusiasts.
They're supporting the shit out of us, and we love it, and we love the community. We love, like you're talking about, the fire department, police department, and that is a lot of it because without them, where's the business?
Right.
Where's chaos?
Yeah, where's the business?
Chaos reigns without them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and on the streets too. And then for our business, exactly. Where's the business without these local people supporting you and with open arms? So that is definitely what we're driven. I mean, forget about going crazy like out of state, domestic. Like, yeah, that might be on the radar. Maybe not. Who cares? We're really about the 10-mile radius.
Start there.
Yeah,
that's how you build
where
that
you
one.
Start there. Maybe even stay there. It doesn't even matter. At
Right.
that point, it's like those are the people that you're going to know first name basis, by face.
Right.
You know, see them at a local bar, see them at another restaurant. Those are the people.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. During COVID, we had a gentleman that always came in. I'm not going to say where he worked, but his first name is Joe.
Okay.
He became my procurement specialist.
What does that mean?
When I said to him one day, "Can you get hand sanitizer?"
Really?
He goes, "I haven't seen hand sanitizer come in months." The next day, the truck comes. There goes the hand sanitizer. I had hand sanitizer in the place. I needed anything that was related to killing germs for COVID.
Yeah.
You walked into Restaurant Depot, things were wiped out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
sure,
You know, please, you couldn't find
Home
anything.
Depot, yeah.
Restaurant Depot,
Right now, I
Nightmare.
walked in the other day. I'm looking for 16-ounce plastic cups. I go like, here we go again.
Yeah. $10 for a 2x4 at Home Depot.
Yeah.
But I asked Joe. I got what I needed, and he was a lifesaver.
I mean, that's it. The networking.
He's a person that comes in almost every day, unless for whatever reason, unless he has to close the place, and he's there.
The networking
And-
through the community.
right.
It's really what it is.
It's a community network.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
And then beyond that, the extension into the brewing community, extension into
Oh,
New York State brewing community.
well, you look at what Long Island and this guy Steve over here did for us, and then one of the things was to repeat what I did. What they taught me was to teach others,
Right.
and that's what we've
Pay
done.
it forward, brother. Pay it
You
forward.
pay it forward.
Right.
If they don't want to listen to you,
That's beyond your
that's
control. Right.
their choice. But you offer the advice, and
You know how many good friends I still have that would or were originally patrons of the brewery. I've had them to my house. I've been to their houses. We've actually become close friends, all because they would love to drink our beer.
yeah.
Right.
And I loved his beer.
We all did.
Yes.
And we're waiting for more of
I
it.
would like to see.
Well, it was
I-
at San
I-
City for
I-
a little while.
The man hands was
we,
good.
We had some man hands at San City.
It was
but
good.
I would like to see him come to 1940s.
I see where this is going. I don't have it queued up. I have the ending music because we're way over our time period, but that's
a little
fine.
bit. Sorry.
No.
Nah,
This
good
is the way it
times, good
works.
times
I said
rolling.
to these guys, I said, listen, we're doing a strict 2-hour show like we did in COVID.
So strict.
Zoom shows were 2 hours on the dot.
yep.
We were like, all right, in and out.
The last show I was here, it was 11 o'clock at night. We finally walked in.
Love it.
Well, that was a short one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
they've
short
been
one.
some
We-
midnight
we've
ones.
had
That was
some
the that was the
shows.
that was the
energy.
night Norfolk
Good
was
energy.
Oh,
here.
yeah,
and they had to go
That's
home
what happens
because
when-
they had to
when you
travel
just-
all the
a
way
lot of
out.
stuff
I
is
felt
coming out.
bad.
Good energy.
You just
and,
keep going.
and we just
You
kept
have to.
going. We
Yeah.
had
Doesn't
so
have to.
much fun.
Yeah. I don't want to cut it short, but
Yeah.
I think it's best that we cut it short
Sure.
because we can always have live shows at Lost Farmer, live
Please.
shows with Charlie in
Please.
1940s.
We'd
I
love
mean,
to.
we like to leave the audience hanging a little bit for some extra information
Ooh-wee.
for sure. This is the word with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. John Brad just went to pee. He'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. A lot of fun.
Hell yeah, a lot.
Thanks for helping us open the studio back up for us.
Yeah,
for the
the-
show,
I
yeah.
am honored.
Yeah, this
Honored.
is. I love this studio. This is one
It's
of the
awesome.
best iterations of what we've done.
Please have us back.
I love the couch.
You're comfortable as shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, considering you pissed all over it already, so
Yeah.
Hey,
He's just marking his territory.
much yours.
I saw your trail going out the door.
it's in my sock.
By the way, why I ran out was the same exact reason.
Yeah.
I was literally sweating. I don't know if you saw it.
I'm up next.
I was sweating. I don't know if.
It's when your teeth start to float. You know.
Oh my god! I had a tough go. I was my legs were shaking. They still kind of are. It's like
Yeah, it's time to bail out.
post-traumatic syndrome.
Well, please have us back. We loved it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah, good time.
100%.
Yeah.
We're gonna have this show for God knows how long until
Forever.
till we can. Forever. Again, John, Brad, thank you very much for joining us tonight. A lot of fun. Appreciate the beer and everything you guys brought us. Charlie,
Thanks so much for coming back on, Charlie.
Oh,
Hey,
there's a
no
little
problem,
more.
man.
OG, triple OG. We
Yeah.
got plenty of beer here, so we're gonna drink a little bit as the show ends. As the Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve. Steve, something to say before we get out of here?
I was actually thinking about stop drinking, but I'm not going to listen to a drunk guy who talks to himself.
Right.
So,
Fair enough. Pete, something before we get out of here?
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
This is the Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com, and we out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again.
This has been the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.